Sean to Wade. Yeah, so if you just go back onto my camera on the footage, you'll see Joe Marchant. There's probably about 5 seconds worth of good stuff there, and you just before I realised I had an ND on, so I'll find him again, just to let you know. That was Marchant. I just had it on the camera. Do you want me to like send it through to you? I did record its card too. Yeah. I'll get him again because I had an ND on, so it was messing with the focus.
All over the world, we're seeing the devastating impact of this invisible killer.
Many people obviously not coming into London today, heeding the government's advice to stay at home, work from home if they possibly can.
We will beat the coronavirus, and we will beat it together.
Hello everyone and welcome to Harlequins Live. 159 days since the Premiership abandoned the season, we are back with a bang. This evening's visitors are Sale Sharks. They sit second in the table and we are very excited to bring live rugby back to the Stoop. As you can see, the stands are empty. Hopefully you're all at home, you've gone through your pre-match preparation and you're ready for a great night of rugby. We certainly are. This is a brand new show. You can't come to the Stoop, so we are looking to bring the Stoop to you. For this, the remaining home fixtures in this season, I'm Dave Rogers. I will be your eyes and ears in the stadium, but I brought some friends along with me. Follow me. And I'll be completely honest, I'm glad we're social distance because I don't want to get too close to the good-looking ones. Campo, Danny, great to have you both here. Other than not being involved, how are you both?
Yeah, all right. You're never as good-looking when you're in a room with Campo because he's the most best-looking guy in world rugby. So yeah, it's just great to be alongside him. Yeah, we're all right. We're in the injured crew at the moment, aren't we? So we've been working hard together to try and get fit as soon as possible. But I think we're just really excited to see the boys fire in today. It's been a long old pre-season. We've had about 4 of them this year. So yeah, it'd be great to see the lads fire in and hopefully get off to a good start.
To be honest, you both look like you've been enjoying the Costa del Surrey, but you've been a bit further afield. You spent this. The L word is banned this evening, by the way. Lockdown. That is the one and only time we're going to use it. But you took the chance to get back to Italy.
Yeah, like the club.
Yeah, all right, that's your one.
But yeah, so I had the opportunity to go back to Italy, and luckily, my dad is also a physiotherapist, so I kind of did some physio and rehabilitation during the period I was over there, and it was just very good to be with the family and be back home for a little while. Obviously weird and different, but yeah, I enjoy my time there.
I want to talk about how it's been getting back around the lads, but you're sitting here and not out there because Robbo has crocked you. How true is that?
Quite true, yeah. It was actually during when we were still furloughed, we came back to training and the coaches were there, but they weren't physically allowed to tell us what to do. So Robbo, being Robbo, designed a little warm-up. And for some reason I've been with the backs and we've just been doing football keepy-uppies for warm-ups, and then somehow I got lumbered with the Mongs in the back row. And the warm-up was to hit a tackle bag, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll hit it. And I hit it and slipped a disc in my back, knew straight away, so I crawled off the pitch. Obviously no physios were allowed to touch me, so I crawled off the pitch, got in my car, drove down, got some physio, and yeah, unfortunately I'd slipped a disc in my back, and it's a 10 sort of week injury, so I'm about a week or so away, but ahead of schedule and looking forward to getting back soon.
And
I know, Michele.
And it definitely wasn't an excuse to miss the second pre-season.
Well, some say that's just experience. So yeah, it was. Every now and then, if you're going to get injured, it's probably pre-season you want to miss. But no, I've been working hard to get back as soon as I can.
Well, looking forward to catching up with you gentlemen throughout the evening, but things are a little bit different here. The crowd aren't here, but there have been some other changes as well. I came earlier in the week when it was a little bit warmer than this to take a look at what the Stoop is going to look like come match day.
Rugby is
back. We cannot wait to welcome Sale Sharks to the Stoop on Friday night. We're not quite ready for the supporters just yet. As you might expect, things are going to be a little bit different. So let's take a look at some of the changes. And this is the first of our changes. All of our players will be parked in the North car park and will be entering through the Jason Leonard gate into their zone, which will be the red zone. We have an amber zone for all of the broadcast team and people involved around the game, and the green zone, which is this area outside the ground. But first we go in and, of course, we wash our hands. Once you get to this point, it is masks on and temperature check. So what we're looking for is 37.8 or under. If I'm over that, then I can't come in. Below.
Yeah, 37.2.
37.2 on a hot day. Thank you very much. As well as that, you've got to fill out a form for track and trace, but I've passed my test. So let's go and have a look at the changing rooms. Under the Charles Stanley stand, this is the cut-off zone between the amber and the red. As we get closer to kick-off, I won't be allowed in there, but I'm going to take advantage of this opportunity and show you where we're going to be getting changed. They've even rolled out the red carpet. Now, usually on a match day, we'd expect hundreds of members and Quins fans to be here. It's going to be limited to 60 now, and you can see from the chairs around the place, this has given us an idea of what the spacing is going to be like. Over here, we've got the physio tables, they're being laid out, and I've been led to believe that they're going to be turning off the bar taps, so the players won't be able to help themselves before kick-off on Friday. Now, everybody who has played club rugby has got changed in a place like this, in the clubhouse bar. So out of the honours bar, back onto the red carpet, weirdly past reception, where usually they'd be picking up their post, but very different today. Follow me, because this is where it starts to look a little bit more familiar, but there are still some changes that we've got to bear in mind. Once we get here, it starts to feel like home. Those sights, those sounds, those smells, but there are still a few changes. Usually the away team would be coming out of this dressing room, but the match officials will be changing there. Don't think they've ever known such luxury. The kit room remains the same, as do the drug testing room and the medical room. It's a much longer walk for the Quins, because usually they'd be coming out of that home dressing room there. But one thing that hasn't changed is that entry to the pitch. And Robbo will lead the team out. He may not hear that famous Stoop roar, but the first thing that him and the team will see are the 9,000 names of the season ticket holders printed out on that huge banner to welcome them back to the action. The game changers will head straight over to this socially distanced bench. And then the starting 15 will make their way out onto the pitch. And Sykesy and the crew, he's over there in the tractor, have worked so hard to make sure that this is the best surface in the Premiership, and they have done an incredible job. Sale Sharks, they will enter the pitch from the Mike Brown bar, which adds that extra bit of spice, because the first time the teams will meet, it'll be in the middle of the pitch just before kick-off. The match is live on BT Sport, but you can join us on Harlequins Live on Facebook, YouTube and Twitter. Rugby is back and we can't wait. And those are the changes. Rugby's going to look different for a little while, but I think I speak on behalf of everyone here and everyone at home as well when I say I'm glad that it's back. We've got two pretty exciting teams this evening. Let's take a look at the lineup, starting with the home team. Quins looks a strong team. I mean, obviously gaps at 9 and 13, but starting with you, what are your thoughts on what we've got 1 to 15 today?
Nice start. No, I think it's very exciting to see a lot of players back from injury. Ashton is debut. Joe Marler is coming back from his amazing experience he had in over New Zealand. So there's a lot of players there. I think they want to prove a point tonight, and I think it's going to be very exciting to see them.
And Danny, a lot of familiar names on that team sheet, but a lot of lads who've had a long time out injured. It's almost as though this period of added break time, let's just call it, has been of benefit to them.
Yeah, definitely. We've got a load of boys back on the pitch, which is brilliant. There's only, I'd say, 2 or 3 of us that are still off the pitch at the moment. So you've obviously got the stalwarts in there, Joe Marler, Chris Robshaw. Chris Robshaw, 9 games left in a Quins jersey. We want to send him out with a bang. But then you've got people like Scott Baldwin coming back from injury, Simon Kerrod, James Lang, Joe Marchant, as Campo said. But I think what stands out for me is the back 3: Nathan Earle, Chris Ashton, Mike Brown. A formidable back 3. Let's hope the tight 5 can give them some good ball and we can see what they can do tonight.
And what about the away team then? Sale Sharks currently sitting second in the table, formidable opposition, really, really physical side. What are your thoughts, Campo, on what they're bringing from the north this evening?
Basically, they bring in the South African team. There's so many South African players. Obviously, Gray is very physical, and I think what stands out for me is the centred partnership with obviously Sam Hill and Tuilangi, both obviously new in the club, but very physical, and it'd be exciting to see them around.
And Danny, I think he hit it on the head there. A lot of South Africans, and they're a very good side, and as a result, I think Sale are going to be strong this evening. Yeah,
really strong side that have come down to Twickenham. Some World Cup winners there, and Lou Diaga and Faf de Klerk, some world class players, and we're going to have to play very well to match their physicality tonight. But like I say, we've got some pretty good players as well. So let's hope for a free flowing game. Let's hope the rain stays away and the boys can show what we've been working on.
Well, fingers crossed for the rain staying away. The weather forecast says thunder and lightning, but at the moment it's bone dry. Perfect. So, ideal. Very few injuries in this Quins setup, which must have made picking 1 to 23 very difficult for Gussie. I spoke to him before kick-off. Let's hear what he had to say. Very few injuries for a change. How difficult was it to pick a 23 today?
Look, I think we picked on the basis over the last kind of 6 weeks of training. We've had 2 competitive hit-outs against each other, which were fun, but testing of players' mindset to go against their own friends and their teammates. But I was really pleased, and the coaching staff were really pleased with their aptitude and attitude in those contests. And it gave some good selection headaches, and it's been pleasing to have that, because for most of the first half of the season we only had 27, 28 players available. We're now down to 7th or 8th centres. Hookers were down to our 4th and academy kids, so it was really tough at times, but it's great to see a lot of players back out on the training field.
Certainly publicly there's been a lot of talk about the number 13 jersey for both sides. Obviously Tuilagi is a massive signing for this evening's opponents, but having Marchant back for yourselves must be really exciting.
It's huge. I got asked the other day about Manu, and Manu's got some real skills, got some real talents, but so has Joe Marchant, and to have Joe and James in the centre, that's a pretty potent, strong, powerful, pacey kind of 12-13 with a handling ability to move the ball on the edge. And if you look at their 2 centre stays, Sam Hill and Manu, probably not as renowned for their passing ability, but certainly for their tackle breaking, ball carrying, gain line winning, carrying statistics. So for us, we have to be defensively resolute. It's a good test for Joe. If he wants to play for England, be that 13 starter in the next bout of autumn series tests in Six Nations and beyond, then today's a great time to stand up.
Looking at the league table, we should be gearing up for the end of the season, but it actually feels like the start of a new season. How has it been for yourself, coming back to coaching and bringing all the lads in, and of course the new lads to the squad as well?
Look, it's been a challenge. I suppose everybody's had to find a way during this period of time. We kind of mentioned it as prime time. We're priming ourselves to enter whatever would be the knockout stage, which is now. And when we talk to the players shortly about it, if I said at the start of the season there's 9 games to get yourself into a semi-final, and that's all there is, and we treat each game as a knockout fixture, then you can get excited about that. It's not another 22 games and Premiership Cup and European in between. There's 9 games to get into a semi-final, which we're capable of doing. And we need to get some momentum, we need to find some form, and as does every other team that you play, and it's those that come out the blocks pretty fast and make a few mistakes. I think we've seen in Super Rugby the amount of mistakes and turnovers and penalty decisions that break down in particular, that if you're confident and have clarity about your plan and able to execute it, then you can probably come out on top.
We are stood here on quite a cool and calm evening. We are expecting a little bit more moisture from the skies, but it hasn't been like that in the last week. How has it been in terms of the Well, the PA system works, that's good news. How has it been in terms of getting the lads out in the heat? Have you given them much of a sort of pre-season beasting, or has it been more concentrating on the skills side?
Over the, I suppose, kind of 8-week period that we've had, the first time was social distance trainings, the 4 or 5 metres apart. Fortunately, just before we came in, we were allowed to pass the ball between each other. So originally we had all these plans about bringing your own individual balls, but then we were allowed to pass, which was awesome. But we couldn't do anything that was going to breach the 2-metre social distancing rule from Public Health England. So it took a bit of time to get some really rugby-specific work in there. It took even longer to get unit work in there, line-outs and scrums, and we had some niggles with our front row. So we haven't done as much scrummaging as we'd like. Obviously, we haven't done as much line-out work as we'd like as well. But look, we feel in good shape. The boys are pretty confident. Of course, they had some physical conditioning they had to get through, particularly around contact. 4 or 5 months out of the game without contact, we don't want them to get surprised tonight. So they've been conditioned for that, aerobically conditioned, and then obviously you have to get game conditioning through your tactics and technical preparation. So, look, I think we're in a good place, but we won't know till we know.
And the league table doesn't lie. The opposition this evening currently sat in second place. They've had a great season and they're hoping it can get even better. What are your thoughts on Sale Sharks and what they've done so far this season?
Look, they're a good team, and I said to you, we got humbled at the AJ Bell in January, off the back of a good performance the week before. And we went up there and got physically dominated. We conceded, I think, in the end 6 tries in 1 phase or less. Missed 3 missed tackles off set piece starts plays, intercept try that went the length. And a maul try, so it wasn't good enough from us. But the gap between the two teams isn't as big as I think people might think it is. Like I said, we've been battling a bit with injuries in the first half of the year. They've pretty much got a continuous selection. As we can see, they've got a lot of South African boys brought over there that have played international rugby, so they've got an experienced team that have played together in their homeland. And it's a good test. But today we've got Mike Brown, England's most capped fullback, back fit. We've got Chris Ashton, one of the top try scorers in Premiership history, and European top try scorer. Joe Marler, we mentioned. Nathan Earle back after being out for a year. James Lang back. Marcus Smith's fit. Martin Landale, 80-odd caps for Argentina. Chris Robshaw. Matt Simmons. Scott Baldwin's back fit. Joe Marler's back fit from surgery. So we've got some questions to ask of them as well.
Well, when you put it like that, it sounds easy. It's so great to be back. I mean, just behind you there, we've got that big banner with all the names of the season ticket holders. But tonight will be different. You've got the home advantage of being at the Stoop, but with no fans. What are you expecting? And have you got a message for those supporters who are watching with us on Harlequins Live?
Look, we're expecting silence in the ground, but we hope that every Harlequins fan's got the shirts on. They're cheering for their boys, they're cheering for their Harlequins men. And having a beer and making some noise at the TV screen, hopefully cheering on the team in a different capacity. What we are appreciative of course, is how the sport has stood by us. It's been a very tough time for everybody in a business like this as well. Obviously, we need their support, we need their love, and it's been great to see them, as you can see in that sign over there, that they've all signed up to us to continue supporting Harlequins. So we'll get through this, and we'll come through this together stronger, and we look forward to welcoming them back to the Stoop as soon as possible.
Good luck tonight, Gussie. Cheers. Always great to hear from Gussie ahead of such a big occasion, especially. But tonight, this is Harlequins Live, the first time we're doing this, and we want to hear from you, the supporters. In association with Charles Stanley, we want you to ask the experts. So whether you're watching on Twitter, Instagram, or YouTube, or Facebook, in fact, we've got all the socials on the go. Just leave a comment, and at half-time, we'll be putting the questions. In fact, if it's a boring first half, we might as well. Gentlemen, you might have some questions from the fans to answer. A big question is going to be asked in the midfield today. The 13 jerseys, Marchant back in Quins colours, which is massive. Of course, Manu playing for Sale Sharks. It feels like a bit of an end of an era, really. There's always a Tuolagi who plays for Tigers, but 13 versus 13, Danny. That's a massive battle tonight. Yeah,
an incredible matchup. 2 slightly different players. Obviously, Manu with just the ultimate explosive athlete. There's not many people in the world that can do what Manu can do and what he possesses. He's got gas, he's got unbelievable power, as you can see there, and he can play rugby as well. He grew up and went to an English school, so he knows the way around a rugby field. He's a very smart player, and in Joe Marchant, I think we really have got a real star of the future. He has got all the attributes to be a top international. He's rapid, he reads the game really well, he's got great core skills, and I think it was great, as Camp said earlier, him going over to the Auckland Blues, training with the likes of Dan Carter, Bowden Barrett. Hopefully he'll bring a bit of their wealth of knowledge home here, and he can start showing what he can do on the pitch for us.
And Campo, of course, this is a jersey, the 13 jersey that you'll be battling for when you're back fit. These kind of evenings and the standard of centres in the Premiership, this is why you're here, isn't it? These are the nights that you really look forward to.
Yeah, no, definitely. There's always a big challenge for the jersey, and I think that's what ultimately pushes you to be better and get better at things. But with March as well, and Lange in the team, and Paul Azigi, everyone has different X factor. So it's nice to have all those kind of players, but they ultimately anyone that is going to be playing, they will do the job really well. So yeah.
Well, Marchant is the man of the moment. We're very much looking forward to see him run out in, crikey, just under 15 minutes' time. We caught up with him before his return to action here at the Stoop, and this is what he had to say.
Been nice being back in. Obviously met all the new lads, which has been good. It's nice coming back to a place where you know a lot of friendly faces, and yeah, literally as soon as I came back, it felt like I hadn't gone, kind of thing. You just fitted, I felt like I fitted straight back in, and straight away you're back in with the boys and stuff. So it's really nice.
Been playing a bit of Super Rugby, but are you looking forward to getting back into some Prem Rugby?
Yeah, can't wait. Obviously there's been a lot going on in terms of a lot of talk around a lot of the boys moving around and that kind of thing, and I think there'll be loads of good challenges coming up, especially in that first game against Sale. Obviously with Manu going there, I think it'd be a really good challenge straight off. Just obviously firstly try and get selected and then go from there.
You mentioned you had a fair few pre-seasons already this season. How many is that now, and how are you feeling?
It's about my fifth. So yeah, obviously had one before, 1.5, before I went with obviously Quins, and a little one with the World Cup stuff. And then yeah, we had one at the Blues, one after lockdown with the Blues, and then come back here to another little last one. So yeah, 5. It's just a lot of fitness, a lot of running, but that's all good for you, innit?
How do you reflect on your time away? Was it a great experience?
It was an amazing experience. Absolutely loved it. Learned so much. Had a really, really good time. Had loads of amazing experiences, and yeah, just really pleased that the Quins let me go and gave me the opportunity to go.
Have you made some friends for life now? Who are some of the boys that you got close to, and are you going to be hosting them over here?
Oh yeah, there's a few boys got on with quite well. A few of the surfer crew mainly. They took me out to some of the beaches out there, which is real cool. So yeah, if they want to come down, I mean, it's a bit of a long drive to Cornwall, but yeah, if they want to come over to catch some waves, it'll be good.
And there it is, Joe Marchant, 65 Premiership games, 23 tries, and well, the PA system works. That's good news. Hopefully you lads can still hear me. And a big opportunity for him, obviously, coming back from the Southern Hemisphere, and he'll be looking to bring all that experience back to the Premiership, and it's quite an important time for him as well. He wants those England caps, he wants to leave his stamp on the Prem, and nights like this are where he can really do that. Yeah, massively, and up against world-class opposition in Manu, and a guy he's probably been trying to compete for in an England shirt, so these are the type of games you want to be playing in. Me and Campo are gutted we're not out there tonight, but this is a huge game. It's a sad thing that there's no fans here. It's incredibly weird, but it's still, you're playing for Harlequins, you're playing at the Stoop. It's a massive game, and these are the type of games where you hope that big players step up, and Joe's got a big game in him hopefully tonight. Well, hopefully you can still hear us, because the PA system is pretty loud here. They are still trying to replicate the experience for the players here. There are still obviously all of the things in the stands. We've got the banners, all of the names of the season ticket holders, and still the screens are on. They're announcing all of the teams out onto the pitch, so it still feels like a match night for the players. Something we've not really spoken about yet, you mentioned it at the top of the show, Chris Ashton's debut. I mean, Gussie described him this week as one of the best poachers in rugby. It's a massive signing for Quins, and he can really bring X factor into any back three, Danny. Yeah, look, he's one of the very best. He scores tries for fun. It's in his DNA. He's a bit like a poaching centre forward in football. He seems to get on the end of everything, and he knows where the try line is, and he can bring a load of experience to help a lot of our young boys out, which is great. He likes Nathan Earle, Caden Murley, Louis Liner. So yeah, I think a great signing for us. It just happens to be he's up against his old side. I mean, it could have been any of them because he's played for pretty much everyone. But yeah, he's up for tonight. Hopefully he puts in a big performance. Yeah, he's like the Robbie Keane of rugby union, isn't he? He is. How instrumental were you in his signing? There was all of that stuff on Twitter, but was that all for show, or do you think it's all true. He genuinely would be unemployed right now if it wasn't for me. So yeah.
He can thank me. He will do. He hasn't paid me his agency fees yet, but he owes me. Yeah,
That's the exclusive before you send the bailiffs round.
100%.
But there have been a lot of new signings, a lot of new faces in the camp. But to have somebody like Ash around, even though he's brand new to this setup, he just brings so much to any team he's involved with.
Yeah, no, definitely. His experience and the team where he played for, and he always been in very stressful team. Like if you see Saracens and Toulon when he was there, he had the record of tries and stuff like that. So ever a guy like him is definitely really really good for all the players and all the team. And plus all the new signings, I think they've been very good and they work hard and I haven't been in the rugby pitch to really train with them, but from what I've heard, it's been really good.
Right, boys, you can stand down for a sec because we're going to attempt a first here. We have got our fan of the match. He was selected as one of Harlequins' top supporters, and we're going to try and bring him into Harlequins Live. Si, are you there? I've got everything crossed.
Yeah, I think I am.
Our Greene King fan of the match. Oh, I can see you.
Can you hear me, Dave?
You've got your Quins top on as well. I can hear you. You've got a pint of something delicious. Welcome to Harlequins Live. Where in the world are you, Si?
Bracknell, Berkshire.
Just down the road. If you weren't in Bracknell, Berkshire, and things were normal here, would you be at the stadium this evening?
Without a doubt.
So you've been a Quins fan for many, many years. Sorry, I should be looking at you here, but you're actually on a screen beside me. What's that picture in the background there?
That will be when we won the 2012 Premiership final.
The 2012 Premiership, halcyon days. All right then, well, we're going to be coming to you at half-time and full-time for your thoughts on the game. But the starting 15s are in now. We've heard the thoughts of these two gentlemen next to me. I was thinking of a nice way to say handsome chaps. But what are your thoughts on the starting 15 and what's your prediction for the match this evening?
I think it's a really strong squad we've got. I'm really pleased to see Nathan back from injury. I think that's really good. The one thing that really cheers me up is to see Robbo back. I was thinking we might never see him in the quarters again. I think that's fantastic. I'll be interested to see our back line, how it runs, hopefully Sale ragged. But the Sale team's extremely strong. It's
running Sale ragged. You heard it here first. Well, make sure you look after that pint and don't have too many more because we need to hear from you at half-time and full-time. But enjoy the first half and we'll talk to you at half-time. Boys, was it my imagination or did the stadium nearly catch on fire then?
Yeah, it's just literally on fire tonight, mate. Yeah.
A little bit of warmth. Well, we're about 5 minutes away from kick-off. It is still dry at the moment, but it's not a Quins match day without hearing from Joe Marler. So this is what he had to say.
And euphoric about getting back out there. Although there's still a part of me that's, I don't know, a little bit, there's not going to be anyone there. I've watched loads of football over lockdown with no crowds, and found myself flicking it to the channel that they put the fake noise on. And the timing's a bit off if I was going to be critical at times, if you can feed that back in. But it just feels a bit, I don't know, soulless. So I do have a concern that we won't have our fans there chanting a song, but hopefully there'll be plenty of them watching us at home.
And playing in the summer, that's going to be something new as well. Playing in England or at the Stoop at this time of year, that's unusual, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a hideous idea for overweight professional front rowers. But just got to get on with it, haven't we?
And the challenge of the Sale pack, are you looking forward to coming up against them again?
It's always a massive challenge against them. They're physically big, physically intimidating. Ever since Dorian West has gone there and taken his Northampton sort of mentality, the packs in the past that Westy coached, he's stamping his identity on them now. We had a physical contest up at the AJ Bell against them. where quite frankly we didn't turn up and they tore us to shreds. So we're under no illusions as to the challenge that faces us on Friday, but we're looking forward to it.
Always great to hear from Joe Marler. I don't know if you lads have seen Paddington, but he looks like one of the prisoners when they put a red sock in with the prison uniform. But great to have him back from surgery, and he's a huge presence. Robbo talked about leadership coming from within the squad today in the absence of the fans, and he's definitely one of the people who adds that leadership.
Yeah, look, when a team is coming with this much physicality, you've got to stand your ground, and Joe Marler will do more than that tonight. He puts his body on the line every time. I've never seen someone hit as hard as he does. So yeah, we're going to need him to rally the troops, really lead by example, and put in a massive shift for us tonight.
So moments away, the referee is just on his way out. What happens now is, because we can't bring you any pictures, BT Sport have the exclusivity of what goes on the pitch. You've got 80 minutes of watching three men watch the rugby, so we'll try and keep the action moving. Sale Sharks and Harlequins making their way out onto the pitch. Oh, in fact, we can see that. Quins in the quartered home jersey. Massive debut for Chris Ashton, welcoming back Mike Brown as well. So much experience, so much quality in this Quins outfit, but Sale Sharks second in the league. A lot of people have them among the favourites for the championship. But in these early rounds, gentlemen, we've got no idea what to expect. Everybody is in the same boat. It's a long time away from rugby. We're in round 14, but it feels like the season's starting again. It's very, very difficult to predict what we're going to get over the next 80 minutes.
No, definitely, and plus I think is do I have 1 minute of silence?
Well, the players showing their respect there. Sale Sharks in their white t-shirts that say Rugby Against Racism. And Danny, the club made a statement with regards to Black Lives Matter earlier. And I'd imagine it's something that you all discussed as a team, as a squad. And as the players take the knee, you won't be able to see that, but the Harlequins players in a circle, and some of the Sale Sharks taking a knee as well. What were the conversations that were had amongst the group, and how did you come to that decision?
Yeah, so Aaron Morris has kind of led the discussions on behalf of Harlequins, along with other players from the league. And you know, the decision was made by the club that the gesture we'd like to show is that, you know, Quins are against racism. So you saw the boys there, every single one of them take the knee to support that. You can see on the screen here our stand, and yeah, as a club, Harlequins were thoroughly behind it.
And now the teams are out and the match is about to get underway. I'm quite looking forward to this, boys. We've just got to keep it moving throughout. If you are just joining us, a very warm welcome to Harlequins Live. This is the return of Premiership Rugby, 159 days after the last match. Levis taking the first kick-off, and Quins will have the first possession.
Good shot,
Smith clearing up over the halfway line where it's taken. Sale Sharks in their changed red jerseys, red shorts, red socks. First touch for Mike Brown there up to the 10-metre line. And one of the things that you'll really be concentrating on as a team at the start of this match, we know that Sharks are going to bring huge physicality. How do Quins plan on counteracting that?
Yeah, look, I think it's about just being, you know, really direct and what we're doing in the opening stages. As you can see there, the breakdown has changed a lot, the way the referees are interpreting that, and if you give opportunities to people like Tom Curry over the ball, you're going to get punished, as we've unfortunately given away a penalty here in kickable distance.
Well, Luke Pearce, the man in charge. Sorry, Campo.
No, yeah, I was saying that because of that as well, like, you know, breakdown, the new rules are changing. I think that what we have to do is the basic to get off our pitch and try to play and force it to play in their half. And if we do that, we know it's going to be easier.
Well, the first penalty was within kickable range, but Faf de Klerk knocked it to touch. So the first line out, Van der Merwe with the ball, 10 metres from the Quins line on this near side, very close to our position. And he's overthrown that, and Don Brandt's picked it up at the back. Let off there for Quins. Don Brandt finds the floor, and that'll be a real settler for him. First touch for the number 8. Seems like he's not been here long, but he's already racked up nearly 50 appearances, in double figures for tries in both of his seasons so far as well, Don Brandt, but likes to do most of his operating in the opposing 22. Van Daho with the box kick. And that's just
Yes, Robbo!
And Danny Kerr, you like that?
Yeah, sorry, yeah, I like that a lot. Great kick from Martin Ladajo, just putting a bit under pressure, a few nerves from McGuigan, the right winger for Sale, and we get a scrum. So yeah, good sort of exit for us there.
Well, that's the whole point of this evening. We want these two to really enjoy the game. We want their emotions to boil over, and we want you to get involved as well. So drop us a message if you're watching on Facebook, if you're watching on YouTube. Just comment and we'll try and refer to those. And of course, if you've got any questions, then you can ask the experts in association with Charles Stanley as well. Right, first scrum of the match. It's in exactly the same position as the first penalty was, in between the 10 metre and the 22 on this near side. And this is going to be a massive, massive battle this evening. And penalty Quins before the ball had even gone in. And that's a great response from giving away that first penalty.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like we stick to the basics, and we're gonna like play in their half, and hopefully we're gonna put down the pressure.
Smith, not getting a huge amount on that, but kicks Quins into the Sale half. Scott Baldwin, the man in charge of arrows this evening. So right, first question from Dave the Fish on YouTube. Danny, how are the TikTok dances going?
Dave the Fish. Unfortunately, I've gone into early retirement from TikTok. Basically, I was too good at it, Dave, so a few boys are getting a bit jealous and I had to get out of there.
First rule of show business, always leave them wanting more, right?
Exactly.
So from the line out, there was a knock-on in midfield. Quins tried to go quick off the top, didn't quite work. And then it was knocked on by a Sale player. Didn't see who it was because I was too busy concentrating on Danny's TikTok dances. But we'll have a scrum just over the halfway line, so in between halfway and 10. A little bit of blood coming from the mouth there of Marcus Smith as well.
Also start raining now, so...
Oh, there it comes. It's a lot lighter than I thought it was going to be, though.
Yeah, I think we'd take this, considering the forecast, we'll take this, but it might impact on the handling, obviously a few nerves as well, so let's just hope it stays like this.
I know lots of Quins fans live locally. For those of you that live in and around Twickenham and Richmond, Wednesday was biblical. There was a period about 5 o'clock. Thought I was going to have to abandon ship. Great scrum here from Quins.
Oh, ref!
Well, they just started to get the drive on. Tell you what, Marler's got some claret. There's Gussie. He's not happy with the decision. He's managed to get a cup of tea from somewhere, though. I wouldn't mind some of that.
Oh, what happened there?
So we have the benefit of the BT Sport replays. I like to think that some of you have got the BT Sport pictures on, but you want to hear from these guys. But put a player down. Let's say we've got the benefit of another look at this scrum, but that'll be a huge confidence booster for the lads because they were flying forward there.
Yeah, two huge scrums from Joe, Scott Baldwin and Cy Kerrod. It's a big front row for us. They've obviously come with a big pack, but we got some pretty big boys of our own, and yeah, I think the boys will be slightly disappointed they didn't get the penalty there. They seem to push them off the ball, but I don't have a clue what goes on in those scrums, to be honest, so we'll go with what the ref said.
Yeah, I think those scrums are going to be crucial tonight. If we start raining now, it's going to be 80 minutes of close game.
So I've actually, while we've got a player down receiving treatment, I've actually brought my binoculars tonight to see if I can spot anybody in the stands. There aren't many here. I've heard a couple of rumours that Eddie Jones might have come to watch, but I've not spotted him just yet. Here's the replacements bench, the game changes. So the rain just starting to come down a little bit heavier. We're resetting the scrum.
Well, question for you, Danny.
Yes, please, Michele.
What do you think about obviously Marlon Yard coming back to the stoop, and you know all the years he's spending here now?
Yeah, I think the boys will hopefully give him a good welcome when he gets the ball. Just had a baby, I think, Marlon. So
right.
I think things definitely change when you've got a baby, and hopefully he's a bit tired tonight, Michele.
We hope so.
Sharks with some real go forward here, knocking on the door of the 22, who stays in with a big carry, but he's matched up. It's the first real opportunity, and we've just seen there the ball really skidding off the surface. Another handling error. Didn't go forward, says the referee, so the ball's gone out on this near side again. But that's what Sharks can bring, isn't it? Hitting the line really hard. And that the first scare, if you like, for Quins.
Yeah,
John
they've got
Ross, the captain, who hit the line.
They've got some big guys when they get momentum, when they're on the front foot. We got to reset quickly in defence and chop them low, because they've got some big guys who can carry hard.
Overthrow on the line out. It's knocked forward by Levis. It was captured at the back by Marler, whose hair's looking a bit more conservative than we're used to.
Yeah, I think there's a few rumours he's had a little operation in the off season with that.
Oh really?
Up on the shoulder and a little bit on the Swede. But I think he's grown out a little bit. Well, you saying you like him with more hair or less hair, Michele?
More hair.
More hair.
Yeah, don't tell him, but I didn't really like him when he had no hair. No. During the Six Nations, he was look old.
Very thuggish and very old, didn't he?
Did you see that they painted him on the pitch over the road?
I did, yeah. I did. Surprised he had enough paint for that.
So as well as your observations this evening, and the fans of course wanting to hear from you, one job you've got is to select the DHL moment of the match.
Okay.
It's not the man of the match, there are loads of those. We've got the DHL moments that deliver. If you're watching at home and you've got a moment that a moment that you feel it delivers, then tweet in. But you lads are going to pick the moment of the match. Can be anything. Can be a try, can be a tackle, can be, I don't know, Marler squirting a water bottle at someone. Anything and everything, but a couple of minutes before full time I will ask you for your DHL moment that delivers. So scrum down in between the 10 and the 22 in the Quins half. They've not seen a lot of ball so far in this first half. De Klerk goes. There's McGuigan in off his wing, and a brilliant work from Robbo. He has been bang on it at the breakdown, forces the penalty from the turnover, and when it's a quick game he can really come into his own.
Yeah, I think that's the key, right? They have like our back rows on top of the ball, and we definitely gonna slow down their momentum. So yeah, hopefully they're gonna keep doing that for the rest of the game.
Just showed a couple of examples there of the new rules that you don't, as an attacking player, you don't get that extra second or two to roll another time to create a bit more time, and the back rowers are going to be licking the lips at these rules, and Robbo's a guy who knows the game inside and out. He'll get a few turnovers tonight, I'm sure.
This sort of new quicker ball then, how do you think it's going to affect you as a scrum half?
Yeah, hopefully it'll speed the game up. For me, one of my main jobs as a scrum half is to bring some tempo and get the ball out as quick as possible. So the faster, the better for me.
Bit of footwork there from Smith, brought down on the halfway line. There's a rogue boot there, but it's back Quins' way. Marchant spots a gap and chips the ball into the 22. If it gets a bounce, it's a great nudge, and it does. So Quins into the Sharks 22 for the first time, over on that far side. A quick thinking there from Marchant. Spotted the gap, good kick, and bit of territory for the hosts.
Yeah, no, that's the key. You know, like we tried to play like few phases. We weren't really going anywhere, and that means there's gonna be space elsewhere. And March had really good just vision and just pin it down there.
So Sharks in their 22 for the first time. Van der Merwe, he's missed with one, goes to the front this time. Lude, on his competitive debut, takes it. And they're looking to grind their way out of the 22. Van der Merwe's got it at the back. And surprise, surprise, got Faf with the box kick. Well gathered by Brown inside his own half. Gets back up over halfway, does well.
Yeah, too right.
They've run the penalty as well. Good work from Quins. Penalty on halfway. And Smith with another chance to kick Quins into the 22, which he does. Good kick as well. Where's he taking them there? About 5 metres away. On his first game back. Nice little dart from Brownie there as well.
Yeah, I think just Mike Brownie never gets tackled by the first man. He always seems to shrug off the first defender, and Marlon Yard finds himself the wrong side of the ball. Great bit of territory for us now. Hopefully we can capitalise from this.
I have seen a great video of you, Campo, stepping Brownie at Twickenham though in the Six Nations. That was that's one of my favourites. I hope that's been brought up a couple of times.
Cheers, mate.
Here come Quins then. Little dab for the corner. It's taken well by Faf de Klerk though. Sorry, it wasn't for the corner at all. It was under the sticks. Just Smith trying to go quickly.
Yeah, we had a penalty advantage there, so we can try something there. And Smithy's seen a bit of space, but we'll go back for the penalty. And
maybe I need the binoculars to have a look there. I didn't see the referee with his arm out for advantage.
That's why you got the best.
I just think we're taking point, like 3 points or what?
I think I'd probably take 3 here just to settle us down. No, we're going.
Hey, going for the corner. Well, do you know what was that about getting the professionals in today?
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Let's hope this pays off.
Well, both teams turning down a kickable penalty and leaving us with egg on our face both times. So thank you very much, lads. But 3-pointer inside the 22 instead. It's in the hands of Scott Baldwin, who does well, finds the man.
Then, lads. Come on, boys.
Quins with the catch and drive. Sale have really broken that up, so does go to ground. It's been turned over as well. And Sharks have done incredibly well there. So a chance for 3 points missed.
Oh, hang on.
Oh, is it broken loose again?
There we go.
Goodness me, Sharks turned it over, didn't clear the ball. And Quins have got hands in there and forced the penalty again. Well, the back row really working hard early on. So the original rip, brilliant work from Curry to turn the ball over. And there were bodies all over the place. Got the benefit of the replay here. Can we see where the ball comes back? Sharks took an eternity to try and get rid of it.
Marler.
Oh, was a Marler there.
Squeezed out. Slippery surface.
And this time they will take the points. It's inside the 22. It's about 15 metres to the right of the posts. And with 14 minutes gone, 0-0 to break the deadlock. And we've got another question here. Richard D. Cresswell on YouTube. For both the lads, what difference do you think Chris Ashton will make to the Quins back three?
Go on, Denny. See, they listen to you now. 3 points.
As the 3 points goes over. I think what Ashley does is he brings a massive competitiveness. He is one of the most competitive people I've ever met. He wants to win every rep, every training session, every match. He wants to score tries, and definitely that competitive, killer, lethal instinct that we need in the squad. And he'll make players better as well. He makes players around him better. So hopefully we see a bit of ball in his hands tonight.
Yeah, plus he's a finisher, right? So he always score a lot of tries. So that's what we hope as well. seeing probably not a penalty. Seeing gaps going, and we need people like him just to
Every
score tries.
breakdown ref, same player. 7 all the time. That's all he does.
I'm so glad you're here, Danny.
Sorry, mate. Tom Curry, serial cheater at the breakdown. Can't get away with it all the time.
I tell you what, he looks like he's put some kilos on over the L word, doesn't he? He's a big lad.
Yeah, he looks even bigger. He's straight out of the rugby player's factory, that kid. Look at him. If you could build a rugby player with the same mindset as him, yeah, he's a freak.
Well, he has given away a penalty, and Quins have kicked it back into the Sharks' half. Pretty much bang on the 10-metre line for this one. Taken at the front and off the top quickly again. Landajo has to struggle for it.
Go on, Nath.
And then Nathan Earle going backwards, but manages to get over the game line. Good work from the winger who'd come in looking for work. Nice carry from Chisholm. Now Smith chipping over. Thinks he's spotted a gap in between the winger and the full-back. Chips it into the 22. Comes back with interest. Sliced off the boot, but it was inside the 22, so it'll be a Quins line out on the halfway line. And early tactics then, it's not been as clean as they'd have liked, but looking to get the ball off the top with those lineouts and try and make things happen.
Yeah, look, we want to have obviously a good first target, good hit up, and then James Chisholm around the corner is a very hard player to stop. Runs incredibly hard, fights for every inch. And then I think a tactic for us you'll have seen is we're trying to look for that backfield space, especially when it's wet, get the ball on the ground, get this big pack running towards their own try line rather than ours.
Well, straight to Don right at the back and inside to Landajo. Lovely work from 8 and 9, but then it gets spilt forward on the 22. And the referee playing advantage, but I don't think he's going to get any. Ball still live at the moment. But one off the training ground there. Don Brandt with the inside ball. Rolling out rugby cliches. He's got great hands for a big lad. And de Klerk boxes the ball clear. Now, we're not going back for the knock on there, so it must have been a Shark's hand knocking it back as opposed to it going forward. A lovely inside ball to open the gap. Oh, in fact, it was a little nudge in behind, a little grubber kick from Landajo. Hollywood if it comes off. But it does mean it's Quins' ball on the far side this time. Line out just inside the 10-metre line. They go to the front. And now it's with Smith. Goes short to Don Brandt, who's met with 3 red tacklers.
Yes, again.
And another penalty advantage coming. Baldwin trying to go through the gap. And they come back for the penalty, not rolling away. I wonder how many of these Luke Pearce is going to let Sharks get away with before he takes further action, but another kickable penalty here. 4 or 5 metres inside the 10, bang in front of the sticks, and they've opted to go for the points this time. Quins 3, Sharks 0. 18 minutes into this, the return to Premiership rugby here at the Stoop. So far, so good, gents. What are your thoughts?
Oh, really good. I think the tempo that we try to play, and we force them to go around the corner, and we come on the short side, and if there's no space, we just kick they're out. So I think we're playing really good rugby here. What do you think then?
Yeah, I absolutely concur with everything you've said, Michele. If you'd have said before the game after 20 minutes, I'm going to say Mark going to put this over, that we'd be 6-0 up. I think we'd have taken it. You never know what's going to happen when the sort of the start of a new season, even though it is the halfway point. If this goes over for Marcus Smith, which it does, 6-0 after 20 minutes, we'd be very happy.
Lovely. 2 from 2 off the tee then for Smith. Does it feel like the kind of game where you've got to score every time you get the opportunity? Because there is going to be a period where Sharks really do come into this match.
Yeah, look, we know that Sale are going to have some ball, they're going to have some possession, and they've got some very dangerous strike runners to use it. So I think it's really key that you come away from there 22 with points. Every time you get in there, whether that's a try, ideally, but if they're going to keep giving away penalties at the breakdown, we'll keep kicking the points all day. So, like I say, as we go to the water break here after 20 minutes, the boys will be saying this is a great start. Let's keep it going.
Well, one of the new rules in Gallagher Premiership Rugby is that after 20 minutes there will be a water break. So that's what the players are doing now in their respective halves. I'm led to believe that everybody has got their own water bottle, their own number water bottle, so we are entirely COVID secure. Just getting some match stats that we're stealing off BT. 68 possessions so far for Harlequins, just 32 for Sale. They had that little glimpse, the visitors, right at the start of the game where a few of the big lads hit hard, but all those areas where you'd expect them to dominate, the scrum, the breakdown, they've not really been able to do that in the opening 20 minutes. In fact, what have we got here? The round 14 fixtures. So of course we're kicking things off here at the Stoop. Some tasty fixtures: Worcester, Gloucester, Exeter, Leicester, Bath versus Irish. Of course, Irish playing their home games here at the Stoop. Bristol versus Saracens. Then on Sunday, Saints versus Wasps. But we're back underway. The ball making its way into the 22, but a great clearance kick from Smith.
Shot Nath!
Oh, was it Nath, was it?
Yeah.
I was too busy looking at the fixtures. So Earle getting a boot on it and kicking Sale.
Great to see him back. Yeah, obviously a devastating injury for Nath last year. He's been out for 10 months, 12 months, yeah.
Because obviously he was meant to come back like end of, March, April.
Yeah.
So he's been 15 months. Yeah.
And that's generally the best kick I've ever seen him do. I didn't know. I genuinely didn't know he had that in the locker. So I think he must have blacked out a little bit there. And he's come up with an unbelievable kick.
So John Ross takes it. That's a big gap there, and Dombrandt is shrugged off in the tackle. Huge carry, but now at the breakdown, this is where Quins have done well, but not this time. Good quick ball for Sharks. They get themselves to the Quins 10, and this is a chance for them to attack after the drinks break. Quins up quickly. They've got advantage coming here of the visitors. Oosthuizen with the carry. He goes through a lot of work in midfield for a prop forward. That gathered at the second attempt. Thought we could have got a little bit of a knock on there, but the referee calling an offside. So we'll have a penalty on the 10. And this.
There was a big gap there, eh?
Yeah. One out of three of the Duprees there with an unbelievable carry. It just shows on the big lads. The old classic cliche: you've got to take legs away. Go on up top on these lads, you're gonna get brushed off.
We had Nick Evans there with a big smile on his face, up in the coaches area. Obviously, something's pleased him.
40 today. Birthday, really? Yeah, birthday boy today. Happy birthday. That's probably why. Looks 50, but yeah, take 40, I think.
Harsh, very, very harsh indeed. Don't forget to get your birthday messages in if you're watching. Also, keep your questions coming in as well. Ask the experts. Campo and Danny next to me, they are our experts this evening. Sale have got the opportunity to get their first points in the ledger. A penalty, 15 metres in from the touchline, bang on the 10-metre line. Rob Dupree, 59 out of 85 kicks for him this season, a 69% ratio. 6-0 to Quins, 22 minutes gone. And this the chance to half the deficit. Interestingly, another penalty given in and around the breakdown. So this attempt to speed up the game is working as planned. A deathly hush, as if there were the respectful crowd in here. The kick is on its way.
And he's off. Yes.
And it's drifted wide, so a let off. And the score remains Quins 6, Sale 0. And we don't mean to celebrate misfortune, but
no, we're all for that tonight, mate.
The restart bounces awkwardly, and it's gathered and hoisted up above those floodlights. Might fall in here. Twickenham Stoop, great take from Mike Brown, gets himself up to the 10. And he's had a really confident start to this match, not been involved a huge amount as a massive hit comes in on Baldwin, driving him back, and it's back with Smith from just outside the 22, goes 22 to 22, and that'll come back driven low. Brown will have to chase that, doesn't want it to go out of place, so gathers it inside his own 22, puts that left boot to it.
Spiral. Great to see a spiral in today's game.
Undervalued skill in this day and age. There are young Quins supporters who won't have any appreciation for the spiral at all. Bang on the halfway line with Sharks. De Klerk box kicks, of course he does. It's a great nudge though. Puts that into touch 10 metres from the line. And Quins with some defending to do once again. So let us know your thoughts on the match so far, especially if you are watching the live pictures. How do you feel about Quins being 6-0 up after 24 minutes on the return to rugby here at the Stoop? And how are you enjoying the show as well? We're very pleased to be bringing you Harlequins live. Another training ground move sends Dom Brandt into the fire, goes in a little bit upright, and he's met with a red wall. We are going to be bringing you this for the 4 home games, 3 after this remaining. The next one is on the 30th against Northampton Saints.
John Martin!
Landerho puts a lovely kick into touch. And the kicking in open play has been pretty good so far.
Yeah, really good from us, and just need to be careful of Faf de Klerk. He's world class.
Yeah.
After our Daniel there. But yeah, just need to be careful on his left foot.
So Van der Merwe once again. Line out, bang on the 10 metre. In the Quins half. Pendulum just swinging for Sale Sharks at the moment. That one's been interrupted though. Dom Brandt tried to jump on it, but Faf de Klerk comes away with it. Has that gone forward? Doesn't matter. It's back with Quins. Oh, but it's been spilled forward again, so advantage. The Sharks line out, it's been a little bit scrappy, but Quins not been able to capitalise. They'd scrambled the ball backwards, but it was a scramble, and it got knocked on. So a really good scrum position here. Bang in front of the sticks, about 30 metres from the try line for Sale Sharks.
Tough pick up that with a wet ball.
Yeah. I mean, the rain's still not falling particularly heavily, if at all, but the ball is a little bit greasy along with the surface.
This is the worst type of wet weather, because the people at home will look at this and think, oh, it's not wet, why are they dropping the ball? But that ball would be like a bar of soap right now. So just in the boys' defence.
But looking up at the floodlights, like the conditions look damp, don't they? The air's wet, as it were. And they've tried to switch the play there, have Sale Sharks, but it's not entirely worked, and Quins have been able to fly up and make the gain line a little bit difficult. So now to Klerk, a lot of width to play with. Scott Baldwin going to meet the man and winning the penalty. Great defence again.
Go on, Martin!
They've gone quickly. Martin Landerho takes them up to the halfway line, but there's a foot in touch there. But Quins back into the Sharks half. Something's tickled you there, Campo?
Yeah, just there was a closed door for us.
Well, Chris Ashton's not had a huge amount to do. Landerho went quickly there with the tap, spotted a mismatch, but Ashton there sort of rocking a hard place there. It was Lou Diago or the touchline.
I'd have taken the touchline.
So again, line out Sale Sharks. 27.5 minutes gone. Very precise. But I believe that our clock is linked in with the official clock as well. So we'll be keeping up to date with live scores and live times as Sale take that one again. It's not clean. Their lineup's not really been ticking as Curry gets met with a Quins wall this time. Going into
Shot
open play.
points.
Really good shot from Scott Baldwin in midfield.
Yes, Chiz!
And it's been turned over.
Brilliant, Chiz.
Quins dominating the breakdown in this opening half an hour.
Pick him off. Go, Joe.
Now Marchant finds Brown, steps inside and gets the offload away. Lange takes it into contact and a good attacking platform here just outside the 22. And as I say that, it's a breakdown penalty.
I have to say, I don't agree with that. He was just like...
Some great D. Like a thief in the night, James Chisholm was there.
It's a penalty, Sale
really?
Sharks.
Did he release there at all? I don't know, sir.
Tough one to Clerk.
Great kick.
Good touch finder. And once again, Quins with some defending to do. 30 metres from their try line. This time on this near side. So just in front of us, our position. We're pretty much bang on the 22. Hoping for plenty of Quins attacking play in the second half, because we'll get a great shot of it. But now they've got some defending to do. So the clock ticks towards half an hour. Quick ball off the top again.
Oh, it's a
the man doesn't find past de Klerk, and it's been knocked on in the melee. And another early mistake.
That's lovely.
And Danny Kerr, you love to see it.
You really do. Look, it's a greasy night, and I think that's where you got to get your basics right. I think Sale will be disappointed there. Going off the top to Faf, just put it behind him. Faf can't get hold of it, and then someone strays from an offside position, picks up the ball, which is always the hardest thing to not do, is pick up a ball when it's in front of you. But opportunity here for James Lang to push us hopefully deep into the 22.
Oh, he's just tried to bite off a bit too much. It's great work from McGuigan. Just came in from outside the field of play and caught it just as it was going to cross the touchline. So Lange now chasing his own up and under. Really good chase as well. But it's back with Sharks inside their own half. But a huge opportunity missed for Quins with that penalty and the chance to kick for the corner. Some really big shots going in from both sides in midfield. And again, Quins winning the penalty in the breakdown.
Could be finished on 3 points.
I think just shows a night like tonight when it is greasy, a bit of patience. Obviously not Lange's greatest kick, but he recovered, put another kick in, great chase, put them under pressure, another opportunity to go 9-0 up.
Well, while we're waiting for the penalty to be kicked, we've got Richard Dutton who's got involved. Great to hear from you, Richard. He's loving your vocal commentary, Danny. Keep it up. Can we give him a shout out to his son, James Dutton? James, thank you very much for joining us, mate. And how good is it that we've got fans actually watching along, enjoying Harlequins live? And you were worried that no one had watched, but there is evidence that we've got people watching at home. So
James, this kick from Marcus, he's first said, James Dutton, this is for you. Let's hope to God this goes over.
The chance to extend the lead from 6 to 9. James Dutton watching at home. Cross your fingers, Quins fans. Here we go, the right footer, just inside the 10-metre line, just to the right of the sticks. Sends it on its way.
Yeah,
good strike, he likes it. So do the assistant referees. The flags go up and Quins lead 9-0. 3 from 3 for the tee. James, that was for you. Stick with us, and next time we've got a penalty, we'll shout the next one out to you as well. Half an hour gone, 9-0.
Boys.
And what's that for Smith this season? Well, in fact, that kick takes him up over 200 points for the season as well. So a great return for the Quins outside half. The restart taken cleanly on this near side.
Well done, Dave!
Dongrant in at first receiver. Well, Smith with a little chip over the top for Ashton. There's space if he catches it. And he does, and a little chip back inside as well. This is smart stuff.
Go, Brody!
Offload. And it's going to be the first try of the match, is it? No, great last-ditch tackle. Quins just 6 metres from the line. Let's follow this one all the way in. Well, the front rowers
Come on, boys.
have gone on their bike, and they're 5 metres out here. This is the best chance of the match so far for Harlequins.
Yes, Chizzy.
Catching, driving, now patience. Huge opportunity for a try. 4 metres, 2 metres from the line. Bang underneath the sticks. Catching and going again. But the referee calling a halt to proceedings.
Mate, you called the try too early.
Oh, I thought he was clear. Too far away. So it all started deep inside the 22. It was a chip to the right-hand side for Ashton. Faf de Klerk did very well, but Ashton put boot to ball. There was an offload there. Great supporting line.
Right,
got a little bit slower there with the carry. Obviously not done any sprint work, but Brownie did well in support there, but it was a brilliant covering tackle. It was Sam Hill on his debut for Sale Sharks. That was a try saver. That was the moment. But we talked about how exciting this backline is. That was where we felt as though Quins could really stamp their authority in this match, and that's the first sign of it. End-to-end stuff. Great, great play.
Yeah, I think the coaches are very honest here to play what we see, even if it's from deep. You saw Marcus seeing the space to Chris Ashton, puts a crossfield kick over. Ashy then sees the space behind, another chip over to Joe Marchant, great feet from him. The old dog Mike Brown nearly gets to the line, and then that's where I think we'll be disappointed that we didn't capitalise there. The space was wide, and we probably got a little bit flat.
Well, Lee Thomas has been in touch on YouTube. Great to hear from you, Lee. Lads, question for you both. Are you seeing the game differently from up here in the stands than obviously if you were on the bench or of course on the pitch?
No, yeah, definitely. I think it's just great to see a game of rugby. Obviously, last game of rugby I've seen probably was Six Nations or something, and you know it's been a lot of time. So yeah, it's just great to see the boys back playing, and yeah, it's definitely a different view from here, but still enjoying it.
Danny?
It's a lot easier up here. You see all the space, and you can see the opportunities. It's a lot harder when you're in the thick of the action. But yeah, as Campo said, just brilliant to see rugby back at the Stoop, and obviously the boys doing so well.
There's a good
a good push on here from Harlequins as the ball is in the scrum, but the penalty's gone the other way. Again, it was Quins getting the push on. Oh, a little bit of afters here, Marler. Who is he having a little bit of beef with there? I mean, no surprise if there is a little bit of niggle out there, then he's front and centre of it. But yeah, from the moment the ball's gone in there, I mean, the scrum did rotate, and referee Luke Pearce was pretty quick to award the penalty. Just going back to that point, we've got a great view here. We're about 10 rows back, bang on the 22 watching this. If you're tuning into Quins Live and you love watching Quins on TV, but you've never been to the Stoop for a game, when we're allowed again, you have to get down here. It's such a great place to watch rugby. There's not a bad seat in the house. And for those of you that do come regularly, we're really looking forward to welcoming you back. But in the meantime, make sure you keep tuning in on Harlequins Live, because this is going to continue to grow as the ball comes back in from the line out. It was bang on the 10-metre line inside the Sharks' half, and they've taken that one cleanly. They've kept it in this time. And second place in the league, make no doubt about it. They're in a game here. Quins 9, Sale 0. As Faf de Klerk box kicks it, Earle's underneath that one, takes it really well. And there's a gap for him here. He's got a man to his left-hand side, but he puts the footwork on. Cover tackle comes in, gets the offload away to Don Brown. Great support work, takes it up into the 22. Little chip towards the goal line. Now it's a foot race. And Simon Hammersley is the man there, but the referee brings them back, and Quins were hot on that again. And there we are. Marchant with the footwork. Great take. As soon as he'd beaten the first man, sorry, it wasn't Marchant at all, it was Earle, but brilliant footwork. And the offload as well. As soon as he beat that first man, it opened up and he took full advantage.
Yeah, brilliant from Nath. As we say, great to see him back on the pitch, commanding in the air then, and then he's got the footwork and the gas when he makes the break. I think Sale will be disappointed with their kick chase there. Sending one against someone like Nathan Earle just isn't going to cut it, so well, let's hope they keep going with that ploy tonight.
Marler with the carry, up over halfway. Now his front row partner. Simon Kerrod there, the front row has not done a huge amount of carrying so far today. Oh, there's Baldwin, 3 from 3. And the knock on, so it'll be scrum.
Brilliant, Nath!
Sharks to put in. Well, you've given Nath a real vocal pat on the back there. All the lads who've come back from these long-term injuries, just these little moments that are going their way, this will just fill them full of confidence. It's so important to get back on the front foot as soon as you can when you're coming back from a long-term injury, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think like especially for Nate, Brownie, it's been such a long time though. Now it's just about enjoyment and just like be out there and do what they do at the best, and we can see, you know, they're really enjoying it tonight.
Certainly are, and the gaps are starting to appear as well. Little break in play. They've put some music on for us. Not sure what I think about it. Who's in charge of the? I nearly said the iPod then, like I'm 100 years old. Who's in charge of the playlist in the dressing room before the match?
Oh, I'm not sure who it is at the moment. Easy maybe, Elia, I think. Yeah, Francis used to do it a bit. I think Nathan backs himself as a bit of a DJ. It's an acquired taste though. Nathan's choice of music.
It's a lot of people to please though, isn't it? If you're given that honour. Very difficult to get right, I'd have thought.
Tough gig. Tough gig getting the aux cable.
That's what you'll be saying about this after full time. So scrum pretty much bang in the middle of the pitch, just inside the Sale half. Sale put in. Faf de Klerk, you can tell it's wet out there because his hair's pretty slicked down.
Yes!
Free kick Quins. Ball hadn't even come in, scrums hadn't even met.
Penalty would be lovely.
Yeah, you'd take a penalty, wouldn't you? Yeah. Kick them all night. Well, we're counting down to half-time then. A couple of minutes to go. We'll be getting your thoughts as soon as the whistle goes. We'll be hoping to hear from our Greene King fan of the match as well. We'll be getting Simon on. Hopefully he's not too well oiled because he did have his pint at the go. But let us know what you thought of the first half as well. If you're watching on YouTube, Facebook or Twitter, just drop a message in because we love to hear from you. Hopefully you're as pleased as we are. What do you think's been going well? Obviously the scoreboard.
He was a couple of years.
Let us know what you want to hear from us as well. We've been doing our best to keep you up to date with the positions where the ball is, but also getting the opinions of Campo and Danny, who are our first guests or victims, whatever you want to call them, on Harlequins Live. But it's great to have you here, gentlemen.
Hey, great to be here. This is where we want to be, mate, honestly.
Premiership Rugby returning to the stoop. Quins with the put-in. In it comes from Landerho. It's come out pretty quickly. Dombrandt's had to dive on it, and he has been splatted by Curry. Not sure how legal that was, but the referee was in a good position and he was happy with it. And just like that, Sale Sharks forced the penalty. And there was a little bit of afters there. Rob Shaw involved.
Martin.
Danny Kerr fancies it. I'll have to put him on a leash so he doesn't breach COVID guidelines and get involved himself. Watch that back, Danny. And that is the danger of opting for the scrum with a free kick.
This is crucial here. Try and see him out here before half-time. Don't give him anything.
So our clock says 39:35. The game clock says 39:16. Great nudge from Faf de Klerk. So now Quins, having dominated field position for the majority of this opening half, have got to defend the line out 8 metres from their own line on this near side.
Oh, boys.
This is a huge challenge. 9-0, probably a fair scoreline for the way this first half has gone. 9-5 or 9-7, probably less so. So Van der Merwe needs to do the first job for them. Goes to the front. They set the catch and drive. Quins have committed bodies to this. The counter drive, good at first. It's got the first warning from the referee. Now it starts to go forward, and it really does start to go forward with interest. Quins have brought that to the ground, but penalty advantage coming, and a man, it's John O'Ross, the captain, tries to go up the blind side, a metre short now for Sale Sharks. Quins defending really, really tight. There's no one on the left-hand side. Penalty advantage still. There's a Sale Sharks player down injured, and he looks pretty uncomfortable as well. When I see who that is, I'll let you know, but let's concentrate on the action for now. Going towards the post, about 2 metres to the right-hand side, picking and going for Sale Sharks. Quins not overcommitting, still penalty advantage coming, so keeping 0 in the ledger will be very difficult for the home team. But they'll be hoping it's a 3, not a 5 or a 7. Bang under the sticks now, huge chance for Sharks, but Quins managing to keep them at bay. It's all so tight in there. Faf de Klerk taking an eternity to get the ball out. Quins doing well to slow it down. There's a gap by the sticks. Again, they're going short. Referee having a look at the post. They haven't grounded the ball, or have they? The ball spat forward. Are we going to have a look at the TMO? Nothing be awarded at the moment. There is a penalty advantage for Sale Sharks. And Akker van der Merwe is back on his feet. So the ball was knocked on, and we're going back for the original penalty. Having a look at the replay, there was a dive for the post to ground it right on the line there, but it was knocked forward.
Going for points.
Great defensive pressure, and they're going to go for the sticks. Now, you'd probably take that if you were out there.
Yeah, massively. When you're that much under pressure, literally on your own line, if you can, I'm not saying we meant to give away a penalty, but if you can get away with just 3 points at the end of the half rather than 7, we'd take 9-3 going into half time.
And I think our defense was outstanding there. We really pushed them backwards. Yeah, made it really tough.
Those are the big moments in the match. You need to make them count. So, Rob Dupreez with his second penalty of the match. He missed the first one from around the 10-metre line. This one, much easier. 15 metres out to the right of the sticks. And we expect this to be the last action of the first half. I've seen him missed. Again, we wouldn't wish that on anyone. Oh, he has missed it as well. well. He has.
I say it was impossible, eh?
Oh, I'd like to think my 5-year-old son could probably knock that over. So,
I mean, that was a real chance. The half-time whistle is gone, by the way. The players leave the field of play, and the score is 9-0. We're talking in golf terms. That was a gimme. He's decided to putt it anyway, and he's blocked it right. That was not a great kick from the Sale Sharks number 10.
No, I think he'd be slightly disappointed with himself there. Look, I think we got away with one there. Like we say, 9-0 at half time. I think we're good for that. I think we're a 9-point better team at the moment, so I think it would have been a slight injustice if they'd have scored a try there. But yeah, to go in 9-0 up at half time. Obviously, we want to be in a high-scoring game. We want to be scoring tries, but you've got to play the opposition, and I think.
Well, Danny's happy.
Yeah, but I think we also create more opportunities than what they did. I think we've been into their 22 2 or 3 times, if I'm not wrong, and also we always came out with some points. So I think going the second half, it's really good for us. It'd be a lot of confidence. So yeah, I think. And the opposite for them, they came 1 or twice and they didn't really finalize. So yeah, good.
Well, gentlemen, you can stand down for a few minutes now. We'll get you back for the second half. So many people here at Harlequins have really put the work in to get rugby back here let's call it as it is, the best ground in the Premiership. One of those is the Chief Executive, Laurie Dalrymple, and I spoke to him before kick-off. Laurie, in your own words, weeks of hard work and collective sacrifice. So what can we expect and what can the fans expect when we get back here and finally get some rugby underway?
Well, I think they can expect a team that's absolutely raring to go, chomping at the bit. It has been hard. It's been hard from the minute from when we paused. Obviously, at that time we didn't quite know what was going to be ahead of us. And what we were predicting and forecasting for the business, in all honesty, became worse. So it's been a tough few months, but we've been training now for 12 weeks, largely uninterrupted, and it feels like we've got the squad in a really, really good place. They're fit, they're ready to go, and we want to go out now and just put a good display in. The fans have stuck with us through this period of time, and they've been amazing. So as much as anything, we want to sort of put in a good performance for them, and get our season back up and running.
Well, you mentioned the squad there. So many brilliant signings. It's been difficult to keep up in recent weeks. Very busy time for you, but very exciting as well. What do you think the new signings are going to add to the mix?
Well, I think that they're going to provide a lot of support. They're going to provide some depth. They obviously want to provide a competitive environment for everyone that's already in the group. But I don't just think it's some of the additions that we brought in. We've got several players that are now coming back from injury and long-term injury. So, and it's a cliche, they always feel like a bit of a new signing as well. But I think, we're, in terms of like the fitness of the squad, we're now well in the 90%, which for when you're in a contact sport such as rugby, that's a high sort of percentage to have. So we're extremely excited about the prospect of having a really good, fit, enabled squad ready to go, and that covers the new additions into the group. And we've still got a few that are still to land and come into the group, and that's been a challenge, but fingers crossed we're not far off having them with us as well, and then hopefully we'll be a really cohesive group ready to go.
Well, we're really pleased to be welcoming the fans with Harlequins live tonight, but when do you think we might be able to welcome the supporters back to the Stoop?
That's a good question, and we're working extremely hard to make that happen as quickly as possible. And I know, and I understand completely that the fans want to be here. We want them to be here. It's going to be strange tonight. I mean, look, you stood here. It still feels like there's a bit of an atmosphere, but it's not the same, and we know it's not. And that's going to be one of the challenges for the players to obviously sort of overcome. And I wouldn't just say for our players, for the away team as well, because everybody feeds off the crowd in one way or another. And as I say, our fans have been absolutely brilliant over the last 4 to 5 months. So as soon as it's physically safe and we are able to do so, we will. We've collaborated with all the other clubs in the Premiership and the PRL to try and get DCMS to work with us to create a pilot scheme where we can get fans in as quickly as we possibly can, and we're confident that we can do that safely. So it's watch this space, and in the meantime they're all with us on the banner, and we hope they'll all be watching at home. Again, it's another great opportunity that the league has managed to negotiate with BT, that all of our season ticket holders will have access to all the Stoop games for nothing. And we hope that they'll enjoy that, and I appreciate it's not like being here in the flesh, but the boys are well and truly aware that they've got the full support of everybody, and we'll do our best to provide that entertainment.
And on a personal level, what are you, 8 months into the job now? How are you finding life here at Quins?
Different. Different in many ways. I guess this wasn't on the script, which I remind the chairman of on a regular basis. But no, look, all joking apart, it's great being in. I love this club. I genuinely do. I was a supporter before I joined. There was a huge appeal to me to come in to work with the club and work with such a fantastic team. And I guess when you're in such difficult times as we've been, you really understand the true reflection of people's personalities and people's ability and what people are prepared to commit. So it's a brilliant club from the owners down. And it's been a tough few months. But as I said to the staff, that this situation where we find ourselves, difficult as it is, and the challenge that we face is ultimately what's going to make this club. And I have absolutely every belief that we are going to get to where we want to be in the next couple of seasons. And I've got no doubt that the period of difficulty where we are now is going to define us. So it's difficult, but loving it, absolutely loving it.
And finally, have you got a message for the brilliant Harlequins supporters?
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of thanks first and foremost. We've been hugely appreciative of all the support. I mean, and the support's not just been financial; it's been emotional. We've had so many emails into the club, messages of support through social media. Everyone doing any number of ways in order to sort of demonstrate their connection to the club. So it's a massive thank you, and I genuinely hope that, regardless of tonight's result, it's going to be there's many games in order for this season to conclude, and then we've got a huge season that's going to come in next year. So look, sit down or buckle up, enjoy the ride. We've got huge ambitions to where we want to be, and we want to show our appreciation back to them for all their support to us.
Cheers, Laurie. Thank you. Well, thank you for all your brilliant work, Laurie, and we look forward to more brilliant nights like this. Thanks to all of you who are watching at home at the moment. It's been absolutely brilliant first half, and keep getting involved as well. We love to hear from you. Keep your messages coming in wherever you're watching, on YouTube, on Facebook or on Twitter. But unfortunately, I can only speak to one fan this evening, and that is our Greene King Fan of the Week, Si. You were pretty excited before the match. Hopefully you're a little bit more at ease. Are you with me, Si? Please tell me you are. Please tell me. Yes,
Dave.
You're back.
Good
man. Right, 9-0
I'm really hoping
at
they keep the fly
half-time.
off on.
Yeah. You've changed glasses. That didn't have a handle before the match, did it?
No, this is the 2012-2013 European pint glass. So I thought as it was going quite well, I should change glass, really.
Good man. Well, they're all plastic these days, mate, so cherish that one. Right, what are your thoughts on the first half then? Our 10's kicking very well. Theirs isn't.
Yeah, I hope they keep him on. I'll be honest with you, this is a lot better to watch than the game up at the AJ Bell in January. That was a painful experience. We're looking pretty good. I think everyone's a little bit rusty. Nathan's looked amazing. That run was superb. Brownie's looking sharp. Landahu, I'm liking what I'm seeing. He's looking really good as well. Keep it up in the second half, boys. I don't care if all the points come off the boot.
No, absolutely not. A win is a win. And, if we get a win this evening, then the playoffs is a definite possibility. How good does it feel to just have rugby back? It's Friday night and we're enjoying what we love.
Oh, it's fantastic. Obviously it'd be better to be at the Stoop, but it's just great to watch a bit of live Premiership rugby. I've tried to watch some of the stuff in New Zealand. It's just not the same. I want to watch Premiership rugby.
And you are our Greene King Fan of the Match this evening. Have you got a message for all the other Quins fans who are watching at home?
Here's hoping we get to the playoffs, and wouldn't it be nice to get back to the Stoop and watch it for real?
Certainly would. Right, it's 9-0 at half-time. You are our lucky charm at the moment, so stick with us. We'll check in with you again at full time. Cheers. It's not quite as fun as yours, but cheers, mate.
No.
Enjoy
This
the
is
rest
much
of the game.
nicer.
We'll speak to you at the end.
Cheers, Dave.
Right, Si is at home. Hopefully you're all enjoying as well. We have got some live reaction to come when the two gentlemen go from... do you know what? They've disappeared. They've probably got a three-course slap at meals somewhere. I'm left with my tap water. But now, before we welcome the players back onto the pitch, we've got some highlights from when these two teams met in the past. Enjoy.
Paul Gustard took the reins of Harlequins for the first time as they hosted Sale Sharks in round 1 of the new Gallagher Premiership. With the game starting slowly, both teams traded penalties to make the score 3-3 after 17 minutes. Ben Tapuai then broke the deadlock on his Quins debut, going under the post to make the score 10-3. The visitors responded 3 minutes later, the quick step from AJ McGinty to go in untouched, 10 points apiece. Sale then retook the lead after capitalising on a Rob Shaw knock-on. Quins' old boy Marlon Yard got over after a nice interchange of passings with Will Cliff, 10-17. A bit of magic from Aaron Morris brought the schools back level 5 minutes later, Morris breaking the line to set up another debut try for Nathan Earle, 17 points all. McGinty then got 3 more before Tapuai grabbed his second on the stroke of half-time, making the score at the break 24-20 in the home side's favour. Quins began the second half the way they finished the first. Marcus Smith with 2 early penalties, taking the score to 30 points to 20. McGinty grabbed a penalty back before Joe Marchant picked up his first try of the season to make it 37-23 and to give Quins that try bonus point. With the match in the bag, Quins began to dominate. A magnificent offload from Kerr put Smith under the posts, and then the replacement hookup Max Crumpton finished Sale off with a drive over the line. The final score, Harlequins the victors, 51 points to 23.
51-23. We'd have to go great guns in the second half to get anywhere near that, but that was a Quins win and we're very much hoping for the same this evening. Throughout this period of time, we might not have had any rugby on the pitch, but we've already spoken about the great work that Harlequins have done just to get us back to this stage. Some people that haven't stopped are the Quins Foundation. Great work going on, great charity, and they raise money for great causes. Here's Gussie to tell us a little bit more.
You've now seen the team. Hopefully you are as excited as we are at the return of Premiership Rugby here at the Stoop tomorrow evening. I'd just like to run you through a couple of key talking points, I guess, around the team selection. Hi, I'm Paul Gustard, Harlequins Head of Rugby, and I'm delighted to be backing the Harlequins Foundation Winning Together campaign. Winning Together gives Harlequins fans the opportunity to support the Harlequins Foundation by pledging money every time the team wins. All you have to do is sign up, pledge the amount that you're willing to donate, whether it's £1, £5, £10 or £100. It really is that simple. I truly believe in the power of the work the Harlequins Foundation does across all our local communities. Whether it's through improving our mental and physical well-being, helping people develop key employability skills, or creating inclusive sporting environments. So please get behind the team, support the foundation, and give generously to everything that they do.
Well, you heard the man, support the foundation and give generously. Also, is there a head honcho in Premiership Rugby that loves a singlet as much as Paul Gustard? Well, that is the table before this evening. Of course, Sale Sharks very much with an eye on the Premiership title, but it's not going all their way this evening. Quins still with those playoff dreams. 4 points this evening would take them above Bath, who play tomorrow. 5 points would take them even further, but it is very much all to play for. Our next home game here is against Northampton Saints on the 30th of August. You can join us on Harlequins Live. Northampton currently in that playoff spot, but Exeter, Sale, Bristol and Northampton are the pace setters as rugby restarts. So the players are back out. Harlequins will be attacking our end in the second half. Sale Sharks missing 2 penalties. Quins 3 from 3, 9-0. And as Sai, our Greene King Fan of the Week, says, he hopes that they keep the 10 on. But a good halftime team talk can change absolutely everything, and expect Sale Sharks to come out with a vengeance. Keep your messages coming in. We're really enjoying hearing from you. We're going to be asking the experts in association with Charles Stanley in this second half. But don't let those pictures on your screen fool you. It is nightfall here. It's not been the thunder and lightning and heavy rain that we've been promised. But it is greasy. It is wet. Do you know what? I can see Campo and Danny down there with their hands in their pockets, just leaving me to it for the second half. But that's fair enough. They'll be back, and we're back underway with the restart taken on the 22 on the far side by Sale. We didn't see a lot of action in this half, in the first half. Hopefully we'll see plenty in the second, because it'll mean that Quins have got plenty of territory. So Faf de Klerk with a box kick. I'm going to shout him out here. Danny, Campo. We're paying you for a full day here, lads. Crack on. I think they're trying to play the card that they're still furloughed, so they shouldn't actually be here at all. But rugby's back underway. This time it's Landajo with the box kick taken by Faf de Klerk inside his own half. That looked like a forward pass, but the referee disagrees, so that's nudged forward. And it's with Smith, bags of space to the left-hand side, chips it into the 22. Beautiful nudge. As you can hear from the celebrations of Danny Kerr. And Quins back into the 22. Sale Sharks will have the possession, but that's a good start. So what happens at half-time? I had a wager on you had some kind of three-course banquet.
No, what happened? We went
For a wee.
Okay, fair enough.
Only strictly sausage on the menu, it was.
So here's
We will love some
Vandermeer.
food though now, don't we? We will love some food
We
right
would
now.
love some food, yeah.
Yeah. Penalty to Sale Sharks. If anyone inside the ground is listening and you can get us a sandwich, it'll be very warmly received. So penalty was awarded there at the line out, and all that good work is undone. Sale Sharks have kicked themselves up to the halfway line. So did you have the chance to chat to anyone on your walks? What were the general thoughts of the people you bumped into of the first 40 minutes?
We haven't really. Who did you speak with? Did you speak with someone?
We caught Brownie in the toilet, actually.
Oh yeah,
Mid float. He was happy. Well, he wasn't happy actually, was he? Even though we're winning, he's never happy. But
he must be absolutely furious that they're using his bar as the away changing rooms as well.
Yeah, I think so. But it's just great to see him back on the pitch as well. Another big injury and such a key player for us. Quins is most capped player. It's brilliant to have him in and around the cap.
Second penalty of the second half to the visitors, bang on the halfway line. Another one at the breakdown. And I think they're going to kick this one for the corner. So right, both teams changing in the bars. They're not able to turn the taps off. Out of the Quins lads, who do you think is the most likely to check if the pints can be poured?
James Chisholm?
Yeah,
probably. Yeah. I think he would play even better if he had a pint or something. He's not this kind of guy.
That is a look at the honours bar. Usually there'd be a few hundred Quins supporters before the match, but anyone who's played club rugby has definitely changed in a bar before. But Sharks now with the first chance to strike. They've won the line out. They're inside the 22. And now it's in the midfield. A little bit of space on the right hand side now. McGuigan for the corner. Gets there. And that is the first try of the match.
Oh, we're so tight.
Using the width of the field. McGuigan's out there. 7th try of the season for him. And we expected a reaction after half time. 4 minutes gone of the second half. While we look at pictures of the shirts being laid out before the match. Sale Sharks putting width on it for the first time. And that's a good finish from their right winger. There was bags of space out there for him though.
Yeah, we just got a bit tight there to the maul. We probably committed every forward and it's just backs on back. So we got a bit tight and then, yeah, it's a great play from Sale, to be fair. They used sort of decoy lines of a certain Manu Tuilagi, who's probably a guy you need to put 2 defenders on, and we're probably a bit tight there. Good finish from McGuigan.
The conversion from the right-hand touchline. No points off the boot so far. Quins 9, Sale 5. Sai said he hopes they leave him on. They have left him on. This is first opportunity at points in the match. Oh, and he strikes that one through the middle.
Straight through.
Turn up the difficulty, and he turns up the quality. Harlequins 9, Sale Sharks 7. And the stadium announcer there saying, "Come on, you Quins." I'm sure in normal circumstances you'd get a big reaction from that.
Good kick.
Oh, and that's gone straight out from the restart as well.
So we haven't really started how we should do, because we got 2 penalties. They they put us under pressure straight away, and now again with this kick. So hopefully we're gonna adjust these little errors now.
to scrum.
It's hard sometimes. Obviously, at half time, you say all the right things. You say, right, let's consolidate our lead, keep taking it to them, no early errors. But for whatever reason, sometimes happens. Sale have obviously come out firing. Unfortunately, a couple of errors for us, and need to get back in the game here.
So following the restart going out of play, the scrum bang on the halfway line. Faf de Klerk, the man with the ball in his hands. Referee Luke Pearce taking a good look at this one before stepping away. It's scrappy. Front rows have popped up again. The decision goes Sale's way. And again, there's a little bit of a fracas, and it's Robbo, the man at the front of it.
There's no social distancing there. Ref.
So the dark arts definitely at play.
That's surely.
I think Kerrod might have put his hand down, but it's a third penalty in 7 minutes of the second half, and the visitors able to kick themselves into a good position again. They've gone to this near side, and they're going to be in a very similar position to that which they scored the opening try from. Meeting of the Brains Trust for Sale Sharks. Now they make their way to the line out. Quinn's already waiting there. They weren't that clean from the line out in the first half. Faf de Klerk had a little bit of work to do when they tried to go quickly off the top. And they go to the back. Oh, it's well taken. But again, it's scrappy out the side, so Faf de Klerk steps in, puts a big handoff on Smith, but then gets snaffled at the second attempt. Quins have slowed it down. Has that been knocked on? Yes, it has. And good defensive pressure tells. And Quins will have the scrum on their own 22. A little bit of a momentum shifter there. Finally, a bit of good news for the home team.
Just need to get very long now, put them the pressure again.
Yeah, hopefully solid scrum here, get the ball down
Maybe
the
a penalty
pitch as far as possible. Get back playing in Sale's half.
It was Chisholm who managed to get his hand in there, just as Dan Dupree looked to get the engine going.
Did a great 50 minutes as James Chisholm. Defence and attack.
Maybe he did find the taps working in the changing room before. Of course, we're really looking forward to welcoming Quinn's fans back when the honours bar is open for members. This time it's Sale who put the squeeze on at the scrum, but the penalty goes Quinn's way. Here we go.
So he's always a 50-50, right? Then he's like, I don't know, do they really know what they...
I think they toss a coin most times.
Yeah,
see
must
be.
Penalty taken from the 22, up over halfway, and the first real bit of territory in the second half. Scott Baldwin makes his way over. He's looking quite lean, Scott Baldwin, isn't he?
Fit, very fit.
Train hard during the time off.
Great tan as well. That's the South Walian in him, that is. Scrappy, but still with Quinn's chip over the top, and well taken by Marlon Yard. Don Brandt was there with the shot.
Oh no.
And now, have they got numbers here on the right hand side? Sharks up over the 10 and brought to ground. Was that fumbled by Faf de Klerk? It was certainly slow, but Luke Pearce keeping up with play as we'd expect from top level referee.
Yes, dogs.
Robbo there with hands on, can't force the turnover this time. And there's Hill. Swallowed up by Simmons.
Oh, good job there.
Yes!
Big shots going in this second half.
Well on, boys.
And they forced the mistake again over there on the far side. Just a note on the conditions. No real breeze out there, but it is moist and wet and damp, isn't it?
Yeah, as we said, the pitch probably don't show the full picture, but the ball very wet, very slippy. You're going to see a lot of errors, so boys are carrying, you've got to go in with two hands, keep hold of the ball. There's a great little battle here between a young 7 and the old 7 in Curry versus Robshaw. I think both of them with a few key turnovers, and Robbo showing the young boy a few tricks, I think.
Well, they tried to turn the music up here and we're getting a bit of a buzz instead. So if you're watching at home, do brace yourself because it might kick in a second. A couple of changes for Sharks then in the front row. Ross Harrison coming on. We're in number 17. Jake Cooper-Woolley as well.
Ross Harrison and number 18, Jake Cooper-Woolley.
Your mate from Wasp, didn't he? Cooper-Woolley?
Yeah. As crazy guy, but a good guy.
I'm going to have to ask you to reiterate, to give us a little bit more furnishing on that. What do you mean by crazy guy?
No, just he likes to have fun, but in a good way. Obviously in the rugby pitch, and also sometimes when you go out and have a few pints.
Oh, going out for a few pints, those were the days, eh? Well, they're being brought in at scrum time, so they'll be put straight to work. Scrum in the Quins half. In between the halfway and the 10-metre line. 53 minutes gone. Quins still with a 2-point lead.
Lovely.
And they've got the penalty as well. So many problems at scrum time. And from giving away a few in the first half, they've got back-to-back penalties in the second.
Here we go, boys.
Chance to go for the corner here, so the penalty from the same spot as the scrum, in between the 50 and the 10. Stolen a few metres, so taken from halfway, and that's a good touch finder. Quins back inside the 22, line out over on that far side in front of the DHL stand. And this feels like an opportunity. Proper pitch black sky now. Quite hazy out there. Floodlit pitch. Well taken by Levis. And the ball in. Not really going forward, so the scrum half digging for it. He wants to try and make something happen. And now it starts to go forward. Now it starts to creep, and it goes to ground. 15 metres penalty advantage coming here for Quins, so a free shot at it, but they're not going to have the chance to play for it. Sale Sharks kill the ball, and it's a penalty to Harlequins, about 5 metres from the touchline. How confident are you feeling?
Yeah, I mean, if the last one's anything to go by, then you'd think we've got a great chance of scoring here. Mark going to put it right on the 5 metre, same as last time. We're happy days here.
Do you reckon James Lang and Joe Marler will join them all as well?
Eventually, they may mess it up.
So he does well with the penalty. 5 metres from the line. Line out Harlequins, looking for their first try of the match, their first try since Premiership Rugby restarted.
Come on. First bit
done. And they set it. Doesn't start to move yet. Good counter rug, but penalty advantage coming. A little bit of space here.
Where's the ball?
But it's got to come out first. It's pretty much ground to a halt at the moment. They're wrestling for the ball, but we'll come back for the second penalty. And a short, shrill blast on the referee's whistle from Luke Pearce. He's having a word out there. We don't have the benefit of the referee's mic, and he's calling somebody over. It's just a talking to at the moment. No need to get too excited just yet. Just a warning, but they're going for the corner again. It's
going to be a quiet walk-off.
Walk of shame.
I think everyone will be quiet apart from you, actually.
They are class.
Now, Quins had their big moment of defence at the end of the first half when Sharks were in this position. They gave away a penalty that was missed bang on the stroke of half-time. This is their chance to reverse the roles here.
Come on.
Again, they've done well. Ball at the start for Levis. They start to set. They are close to the touchline over on that far side. Oh, and this time the chance has gone. It's advantage Sale Sharks, and they've come away with it. Van der Merwe, the hooker's the man who stole it. Oh, they've gone cross-field here. Oh, it's been picked off by Mike Brown, but he slips with the line that is mercy. He looked over at the referee to see if they were going back for the advantage, but they're not. Short ball to Lang, a metre away. He's over the line, but he's pushed back. Great opportunity for Quins. Referee with his arm out here blows up for the advantage.
Hey, Brown,
where are we going with
mate.
this? Well, we talked about Mike Brown's return to the pitch. There's a yellow card in the air. And has he given that to
Best in the
Lange?
business. Best in the business in the air, Mike Brown.
He's still got it.
There's the slow walk. There's the quiet walk. Let's just zoom in on the self fullback.
Well, we can't show any live pictures, but I thought for a second they'd given the yellow card to a Quins player, but instead it's Simon Hammersley. Didn't really have much of a choice there, but with the advantage, it's a suicide crossfield that Mike Brown has snaffled out of the air. And I think he side-eyed the referee there to see if they were going back for the advantage, but he slipped on that greasy surface. What an opportunity. But you say best in the business there. First class on Brownlee.
Oh, you know, when the ball goes in the air like that and there's a potential head crash, I mean, Brownie just puts his body on the line and doesn't care about that. Eyes on the ball.
Quins have gone for the corner. The ball's gone in. Now it's going forward.
It's a matter of time.
Tell you what, Landajo's added his weight to the breakdown. They're over the line.
Yeah!
Referee taking a good look at it, and it's try time. Quins over the whitewash. They extend the lead. They've shown faith. They've not gone for the posts, and they extend the lead. 14 points to 7 with the conversion to come. And one for the scrum half union there as Martin adds his weight to the drive.
I think he was the key component there, just the extra 75 kilos at the end.
Well, we can see the replay here. They're all in. You were right. Ashton's in, Lang's in, they were all there. And it was Baldwin who got the final touch. He's the one who's got the congratulations.
Yeah.
Great work, Scott Baldwin. Quins 14, Sale Sharks 7. Here's the conversion. 10 metres in from the touchline. 9 points for Smith so far. He's bang in line with our position, sends it on its way. Great strike, he likes it. The flags go up, and it's 16-7. And I think an important thing to acknowledge there is the response from Quins after conceding the try.
Yeah, no, it's what you said, a turning point where it was like, you know, back in hour 22 when we first done the knock on, and from there we got a penalty, and, you know, we just, you know, keep putting under pressure, and, you know, now that obviously they have a yellow card as well, just we need to do the basic right and get back on the track.
AJ McGinty has come on for Sale. He's got us back underway. They're down to 14 men. Simon Hammersley, the man in the bin. His mistake ultimately leads into the try.
Good option, Brownie.
Nice Brown on the left boot, gets a good nudge on that. Gets 60 metres, but keeps it in field. So Faf de Klerk thinks he's spotted a gap. Smith goes over to cover, but that's gone out on the full. Now it's Sharks making the mistake. Faf de Klerk is pointing at the halfway line there as if he's suggesting that's where he took the kick from, but it was much closer to the 10. And just as Quins did, Sale Sharks follow up conceding the try with a mistake. And Scott Baldwin straight over to halfway. And in fact, we're going to have our second half drinks break. So get your questions in. You can ask the experts in association with Charles Stanley. If you've got a question, get it in. We've had some great answers from the lads so far. And also, don't forget, boys, you've got your DHL moment to deliver as well. The moment of the match. Oh, is it? Oh, well, don't spoil it.
Sorry.
Tease me a little bit. I want a few before you deliver the hammer blow.
Well, we got 20 minutes to go.
20 minutes, yeah, we could have some magic, but so far so good. Harlequins 16, Sale Sharks 7. And in these, I suppose these drinks breaks, they're going to double up as coaching sessions as well. What do you reckon the coaching staff? We've got Adam Jones out there in his high vis. What do you reckon they'll be saying to the lads?
Yeah, a couple of overqualified water boys in Jerry Flannery and Adam Jones. Yeah, they'll just be saying, keep going with the set piece. The set piece seems to be something we've got dominance on at the moment. So, yeah, let's hope we can spring an attack here.
So this is round 14. In round 15, we've got Sharks against Exeter Chiefs as they're making more changes. They've got Denny Solomona coming on, as is Ben Curry. Of course, for Harlequins, it is Saracens. The away match against Saracens that, of course, was due to be the big one. But obviously it's going to be a little bit scaled back now, but always a match to look forward to. A couple of games on the road against Saracens and Worcester before we welcome Northampton Saints, as that's a little chip over the top. Good kick as well. First touch for Denny Solomona, who fluffs the kick away. There was a great chase from Ashton, and he puts that out on the full. That's really tickled you, Danny.
Yeah, they tickle Campo more.
It's not what you want, right? It's not what you want when you come from the bench and first kick under pressure, swing it.
But Solomon are a massive threat. 35 tries in 56 games. So Marlon Yard on the bench now. And another opportunity here for Quins. 35 metres out. Looking for the offside there, but it's with Smith, sends Dombrandt on the short line, runs straight into Curry, who's off his feet and gets cleared out. Goodness me. Here's Chisholm, oh, massive shot, really big impact. We could hear that one from here.
Short side here.
Perhaps a little bit of space on the short side, but again, they go to the boot. 2 men to chase this. Oh, gets the bounce. Ashton against Solomona. He fancied that for a second, didn't he? Did Ashton? Thought that was going to be straight in the breadbasket.
His eyes lit up there, just didn't quite get the bounce of the ball, but again, Queen's just do the simple things. Space is in behind. If they're going to keep leaving space there, let's just put it down there.
Question on Facebook from Tamsin. Thank you very much for your question. How long till you're back, DC?
Hopefully not long. No, it's I'm back training with the boys, which is brilliant. Back doing full training. Hopefully get another week or so under my belt, and yeah, I'll try and get my place back. But Martin's been brilliant tonight. He's a guy that loves the big games. He's good in big games, and yeah, he's really guided us around the field really well. So yeah, I've got my work cut out when I get back.
And if Robbo asks you to hold a tackle bag, tell him no.
No way.
So Faf de Klerk with the box kick. That's gone straight out as well. Getting a lot of noise from the Quins bench as well. They sense something here, don't they?
Yeah, look, I think this is a huge game for us. Massive game for us. We played Sale. Geez, it feels about 9 months ago now. We're up in their place, and we got absolutely demolished. We got beaten up and we got embarrassed. So this is a big game for us to hopefully right a few wrongs, and the boys are definitely fronting up physically, and I think the 9 and 10 are pulling the strings as well. So yeah, hopefully we can keep it going.
Will Evans has come on for Quins. He's wearing number 21. Not seen who he's come on for just yet. Is it Dombrandt? Can't see Dombrandt out there now.
Yeah, he's come on for Dombrandt.
And a change as well. Will Cliff's come on for Sale Sharks. Well, straight into it for Will Cliffs as Ashton drops the shoulder on this near side. Little short ball there. Good hands from the hooker Scott Baldwin.
Back left.
Now Robshaw ducks the shoulder on the 10-metre line. Sharks very quick out on defence, so Landerholm puts boot to ball, a little bit of space there, bounces end over end and kicks Quins back into the Sharks 22.
Vamos, Martin, lovely!
I didn't know you were fluent.
Oh, I've got a bit, mate. Hablo un poquito español, don't worry about it.
So replacement hooker for Sale Sharks is Curtis Langdon. This his first line out. Wearing number 16, he's in the white scrum cap, white boots. Still think it's ballsy seeing front rowers in white boots, but you know, maybe I'm getting old. Oh, there was an attempt at a hand on that as well, but it's taken well at the front for Sharks. Bit physical there in that maul. Chisholm making a nuisance of himself. The Sale Sharks marching forward. Suggestion of a bit of afters on the floor there. Will Evans looking to make an impact, but Sale have got themselves up to the 22. 63 minutes gone here at the Stoop. First touch then at scrum half for Cliff, taken by Ashton. And Quins up through Mike Brown to the halfway line. There are bodies on that. Sharks think they've nicked it, but no such luck. Smith, big space in behind. He clears the man as well. Byron McGuigan, the try scorer, got his footwork all wrong there and he lobbed him, and it's a great kick from Smith to get Quins back into the 22. He's been really smart off the boot this evening, Smithy, hasn't he?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's really good to find grass, you know.
Sale being down to 14, obviously without Hammersley there, there's space in the backfield, and we're just exploiting it. We're pulling the trigger and putting the ball in the corner.
Tom Lauday replacing Chisholm. Big shift from Chisholm today.
Hello, Chizzy. Yeah, he's been monumental in attack and defence. Again, worked really hard in the off-season. I think he's put on a bit of bulk, lost a bit of fat, and yeah, great shift from him.
But what a guy to be able to bring off the bench. Tom Lauday. Expect all action from him. 13th appearance of the season for Lauday. Still looking for his first try for the club though. Maybe tonight's the night.
Oh, he scored one.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Who'd he score against?
Against Clermont away. Didn't he?
Premiership try.
Oh, see, you have me here there.
Sack the commentator.
That is my Charles Stanley moment of the night. Right there. Is it not Charles Stanley's DHL? Yeah, that's my DHL moment.
I'm so glad you Horlicks that, otherwise they'd have probably put it out on social. Yeah, just for the clean cut, Tom Lauday still looking for his first Premiership try in Quins colours.
That's more clear.
Rolling back the years, I watched him and Domers have an epic battle when they were both at uni. Exeter versus Cardiff Met. Great to see them both back. Oh, sorry, both in Quins colours now. So scrum inside the 22, inside the Sale 22, and it will be Sharks ball. 15 minutes to go though.
Gosh, yeah.
Got Ashton here, standing outside the touchline, perhaps.
We've got him here. Surely we've got him here.
Expecting the put in, I tell you what. Oh, they've gone up the blind side, so Ashley steps back over the whitewash.
Was our scrum?
And defending narrow as well. So scrappy ball over on the far side. Sale Sharks with a bit of grunt. That squirted loose, but it's come back to the red shirts.
Fire through.
Quins perhaps a little bit shorter numbers where the space is. But Sharks have gone to the blind side, just outside their own 22 now. It says 14-17 on our scoreboard, but I can guarantee you it is 16-17. 3 penalties, a try and a conversion for the home team here at the Stoop. That hoisted into the night sky, well taken by Brownie before he's tackled by 2 or 3 Sharks players. over on that far side. Slowed down a bit at the moment, but that'll suit Quins. Sale Sharks with it all to do. 9 points behind, and this will be a real blow to them topping the table, but we won't mind a bit here at the Stoop. And thank you for joining us on Harlequins Live, our first ever live show. And we'll be live with you for the rest of the home games this season at the Stoop. So, you know, spread the word. Great to have you here on our inaugural voyage. Sale Sharks still in the Quins half, still happy to slow it down. Keeping it in with the big men, that's Curtis Langdon. And Sharks still down to 14, remember? That yellow card icon still up. Can't be long on it, though. No, a box kick. Pretty much into no man's land, but well taken over on the far side. Really good take. And now the ball back with Quins. Just inside the Sharks half. Sharks sniff it around for a penalty, and they've got it at the breakdown. Great Jacqueline work. It was Baldwin who took it in, and then Curry straight over the ball. You said at the top of the show, Danny, these Jacklers are going to be licking their lips.
Yeah, just another one there. If you've not got your arriving players, if you've not got the guy firing your man through the tackle and over and killing that contest quick enough, then Ben Curry, Tom Curry, Chris Robshaw, John Ross, these guys are going to be on it like a flash, and Ben Curry coming on there for his first steal of the night.
Sale Sharks back up to 15 players as Quins are making a couple more changes. Santiago Garcia-Botta coming on, as is Will Collier, so front row replacements. And Scott Steele coming on for his debut. I mean, this won't be new for him because he's been at London Irish and they've been playing in front of an empty stadium all season, so he should be right at home.
Oh, the dig.
But great to see Scott in Quins colours and looking to make an impact as Sale Sharks have taken the line out from the penalty. Now they're on the 22. Bang in the midfield here. They've got John O'Ross peeling round the corner, right into a Quins wall. Big shot there. Now Jean-Luc Dupree. 3 to the right and 3 to the left. Got Gussie behind us, screaming short side at the Quins lads. They'll probably be able to hear him as well. Just go. He's right at the back of the stand. Sharks keeping it very narrow, 30 metres, going backwards at the moment, looking for space over on the right-hand side, the side they scored their opening try. 12 minutes to go here still. Quins 16, Sale Sharks 7, but Sale Sharks in a purple patch of territory here. They've not had a lot. They've been feeding off scraps. The one real chance they've had in the second half, they've got over the whitewash. Another good shot on John O'Ross in midfield as he looks to creep up to the 22, but Quins have conceded the penalty. Still playing advantage here. Hammersley on the ball, off the bench. How many phases will the referee give them before he pulls them back? Little nudge in behind. Brownie's got a chase here. Got nudged off the ball. Who's that gone forward off? And has it been grounded? It's been knocked on by a Sharks player, so we'll go back for the penalty. Gave them quite a long advantage there, did Luke Pearce. Allowed them to go through the phases. It was AJ McGinty with a little chip in behind. Chased his own kick, couldn't quite ground it, and they're going to get the penalty just outside the 22, bang in front of the sticks. I wouldn't put it past them to miss it. But then again, it's not going to be Rob taking it, is it? So surely they've got to go for the points here, because that'll bring them within a converted score.
Yeah, I think the tee's on. McGinty will take this one.
Big shame there, because obviously we've been defending really well, and like, you know, it was a big shot from especially from the forward, and just consider a penalty like that is like, you give them, you know, some momentum and confidence now to have the last, you know, like 10 minutes or 20 minutes, 10 minutes of you know, a really close game.
AJ McGinty, 16 from 22 for him this season. The penalty bang on the 22, just to the right of the sticks. A little bit more difficult than the one that Rob missed before half-time. But you've got to expect him to add the 3 points here to take Sale Sharks up to double figures. Which he does. Harlequins 16, Sale 10. Well, the stadium announcer is sticking with that "Come on, you Quins," and I can't blame him. I think important for the boys to remember now, they do still have the lead in this match. 7 minutes to go.
Yeah, I think discipline's going to be key for us now. Just no stupid penalties. Let's just try and pin Sale down here, make them exit, put some pressure on this kick of Will Cliff.
James Phillips has just come on for Sale Sharks wearing number 19. He looks absolutely enormous.
He is a big man. He is a big man, there's no doubt about that.
Goodness me. So the box kick from just inside the 22 up into that night sky. They've let it drop and it's dropped straight out. The kick was from inside the 22, but it was taken back in by Sale. And they've opened the door for Quins here, who'll have a line out on the far side in front of the DHL stand. 20 metres out from the Sharks line. I'm putting you on 5 minutes notice for your DHL moment that matters, lads. Your moment of the match. You say it's already happened? I'm looking forward to hearing it. So Scott Steele waits the ball. They don't go quick off the top here. Taken down, and they look to get the drive going, which they do. They make 2 or 3 metres pretty quickly. Then it slows down. This great work from the Quins pack. Now it just starts to hold up. Perhaps 18 metres from the line.
Where's the ball?
Steele goes digging for it. Danny Kerr wants them to use it now, but they've given the ball away and the opportunity's gone. And they did have chances there.
Yeah, I mean, we have no idea what's going on in there, really, do we? It's the forwards, but yeah, you want to just try and get that ball transferred to the back. Sale have obviously got some big guys in there, and I think maybe Lou Diago got his hands in there and, you know, disrupted the ball. So lads will be disappointed with that. Gives Sale an opportunity to clear the lines. 8 minutes to go. Hopefully the boys can see this one out.
So our clock's ticked to 74:37. Just looking at the game clock, 72:35. We have got Eddie Jones in the house tonight. He's wearing short chinos and no socks. That's a brave fashion move from the England man.
Swaggy from Eddie tonight. Yeah.
You've got to respect it. Well, have you? Yeah, you have. Yeah, you have. All right. So there's a player down injured. What have I done with the binoculars? I'll check if I can see who it is. But in the meantime, keep your questions coming in. We can ask the experts in association with Charles Stanley. Got Campo and Danny here until full time.
The doctors are on.
Crikey, the doctors are on. I mean, we shouldn't laugh about stuff like this, but they've gone on. They're dressed in their full PPE, so they've got their see-through face masks on. It looks like a horse has fallen at the Grand National, and they're about to put the screen up and put them out of their misery. So we shouldn't laugh about it, but that gives you a little bit of a mental image. We've got the doctor going out there in the full face mask with those sort of big face coverings that are like what the graffiti artists wear when they're about to do a mural. And then we've got the other doctor there. I can't see who it is because of the face mask. Looks a little bit like he's going as fancy dressed to a Ghostbusters theme night, doesn't he?
It must be very difficult for them even to work and run around with those suits and masks, you know. But it's what's being required.
Well, it's Big Matty in the second row who's getting.
He could do with a bit of plastic surgery, to be fair, so
there you go.
He'll be thanking him.
Well, he's having a bandage applied to his head and he's getting back to it. Not as serious as we perhaps initially thought. And the medical staff are exiting the pitch on that far side, so they'll come back round, so we don't have to wait for them to enter and exit close to the tunnel. Scrum, Sale put in. Wilcliffe on the ball. Faf de Klerk and Martin Landajo both on the bench now, so the two replacement scrum halves will see us out. 73 minutes on the official game clock. Sale Sharks inside their own 22. Great field position this for Quins.
Well done, Scotty.
And good work to stop the 8 pick. In fact, it was Scott Steele there, the replacement scrum half, making the tackle. Good work from him. Now AJ McGinty puts boot to ball. And that goes out on the far side, on the 40 metre. So possession for Quins, provided they can secure the line out. Sort of 73, 74 minutes on the clock. 6 points in it. What are you thinking about now as a player? Are you thinking about seeing the game out, or are you thinking about getting more points on the board?
Finish it off, just, you know, try to either get a penalty or, you know, just keep the ball and keep the momentum going for us, you know. And I think if we score one more time, there's, you know, there's a game over.
Here is Rob Shaw. Langdon makes the tackle on him. And now Smith puts some width on it, but it's miles forward. So much for playing it safe. There was space out there, but that was more akin to netball than rugby, I'm afraid.
We just need to do the simple things and, you know, try to be disciplined, to maintain discipline, yeah, and just like try to keep the ball in our hands.
Well, now they're going to have to win it back, because Sale Sharks have got 5 and a bit minutes to get a converted try in a match that they've not led in so far. This is Harlequins Live. If you're just tuning in and wondering what all the fuss is about, we're going to be bringing you, I say live coverage, it's not live coverage, it's live reaction of all Quins games at home between now and the end of the season, as Lamb makes his way onto the pitch. We're in number 19. Versatile player, can play across the back row and in the second row. We'll have a look to see where he's going to slot in. As you can see, I'm joined by Danny Kerr and Campo, and they were a little bit more jovial 10 minutes ago than they are now. I've just had a look at you on our monitor there, lads.
Yeah, it's nervous times.
It is.
Yeah, food yet.
Yeah, it is. You've not fed us, mate.
See, do you know what? That's to show the priorities there. You're talking about nervous times in the game, Danny, and Campo, like we haven't been fed yet.
Not even a hot chocolate or nothing. It's getting a bit cold.
Hot pizza after the game, apparently.
When you're only 6 points up in a game of rugby, anything can happen. Oh, shot.
Chualagi
penalty here.
Got cut off at source, and it's been spilled forward, and instead of diving on it, now the ball has gone out from Sale Sharks and back to Quins, and Luke Pearce has missed a Sale Sharks knock on there, and that's a hill that I'm willing to die on. We're going to have a look. We're going to have a look at this. It was a great shot on Chualagi before he got to build up steam. But that's absolutely gone forward off a Sale Sharks player. So we've got to look now. There's the tackle from Chualagi. Oh, they're not going to play it. But then, am I going crazy, or did Sharks knock that off?
I just don't know whether there was a boot in there or something that spilt it, and then unfortunately we've knocked it on regathering it.
There was no need to rush then either, was there? The ball was loose.
But either way, like we say, with 6 points to go in a game of rugby, because the clock doesn't die when there's penalties now. It's a dangerous position to be in. We'd love to just sneak that 3 more points to kill this game off.
The try scorer, Scott Baldwin, is leaving the field of play. He's replaced by Joe Gray. Great to have him back at Quins. 4 minutes to go, 16-10. If you're watching at home, let us know how you're feeling. Are you nervous? Are you satisfied? Oh, goodness me. I'd imagine you'll be satisfied if the referee decides that his watch has skipped forward to 80 minutes, because for the first time this evening, I'm nervous. Whew. scrum on the halfway line, following the knock-on that I swear should have gone the other way. Oh, now a free kick to Sharks, and they're going quickly through Will Cliff. Puts it straight into the midfield, ball inside to Denny Solomona. He's tackled quickly. Quinn's trying to get hands on that, can't get there, and it's quick ball here from Sharks. Massive defensive effort required, and another penalty for Sharks, and a big decision for them. 3 minutes on the clock, possibly kickable. It's just outside the 10. If they do kick it, do they back themselves to get the ball back, or are they going to nudge for the corner this time? Well, they're going to go for the corner. Oh, goodness me. Inside the 22, on the far side.
Pressure's on.
And I'm sure you can tell by our body language that the mood in our once happy throng here has very much changed. So line out, over on the far side, about 15 metres from the line. First things first, they've got to secure the ball, which they do. Lude goes up.
Come on, boys.
And now they start to drive. Quins initially slow it down. The man with the ball at the back is Curtis Langdon. It's creeping forward. Will Cliff is talking to AJ McGinty. Chualagi's waiting.
Yes,
but it's gone back Quinn's way. What a reaction. Huge effort in defence. Danny Kerr's out of his seat. And you could have sworn by the noise from the Quinn's bench that we had a full stoop there. That was unreal.
Yeah, it could be a massive, massive turning point in the game. Not a turning point, but a massive deciding factor, hopefully, in this game. Forwards, I think, are putting a hell of a shift today, and
Matt Simmons
Simmons just loves it, doesn't he?
The pendulum has swung in Quinn's favour again, but it's only a scrum. 78:30 on the clock. They'll take their time getting the ball in here. They won't be in a rush whatsoever. Little early push from Sale Sharks. So we'll reset the scrum. Again, this all plays into Quinn's hands. 16-10, one try apiece. Marcus Smith's penalties, the difference between the two sides. And we should have come for you for your DHL moments that matter, but you keep that to yourself. Let's concentrate on what's going on here. We've had a shot there on the other camera of Steve Diamond, and I can't imagine he's too pleased at the moment, but a lot can happen. 79:15 on the clock. We're literally counting down the seconds here.
Yes, keep it.
Great scrum from Quinn's, and a penalty from the scrum. That is enormous. What a moment! And is that the moment that Quinn's secure the victory? Rugby has restarted, and it's restarted with a 4-pointer here at the Stoop.
Take your time, Mark. Tie the bootlace. Got a kick.
Well, well, well.
Win it.
Win it.
Well, they've got to win the line out. The clock has gone red now. Well, this is massive. The penalty has taken Quinn's up to their own 10-metre line, so they're still inside the half. If Sharks can steal this, it's squeaky bum time, but...
Surely we're going to win. Surely, just win the ball, lad.
It goes to the front, secure the ball. Now all it needs to do is come back and find the touchline. They've got to be offside here, Sale Sharks. And it's put into touch by Tom Lauday. Full time here at the Stoop. Harlequins 16, Sale Sharks 10. Campo, we couldn't have asked for a lot more than that. What a result.
No, they're just great. Just great to see the boys just, turning up here and like a really, really good game. And just, I think we started this new campaign, or call it how you want, but just with really, really good intent, and I think we've been really good in every kind of area. So I think from now on, I think is a really good base to start again.
And Danny, breathe.
Yeah, what a roller coaster. I think firstly just amazing to have rugby back at the Stoop. Two great teams going at it. I think we deserve the win, I really do. I think the boys put in a hell of a shift. But our forwards are brilliant, our defence is great. And I thought our 9 and 10, Martin and Marcus really pulled the strings and controlled the game, and I think we deserved that.
And before I let you go, your DHL moment of the match. You first, Campo.
I think we've got the same probably.
Oh, the same one. All right, go on.
I would just say Brownie in the air there, just lead to a try, and just I think he's also been probably MVP for me for tonight. So yeah, just gonna pick that.
I think it has to go to Brownie. An unbelievable bit of skill, but the courage as well to get up in the air when you could get absolutely melted. But he does that for fun, does that in his sleep, and that's why he's, for me, the best in the business under the high ball.
Well, Campo, Danny, thank you so much for your company this evening. We will let you crack on. I'm going to head pitch side now to try and get some reaction. Wish me luck, because I reckon all the lads are going to want to get in the change room, get their pizza and get off. But gentlemen, thank you very much indeed. A real pleasure. And let us know what you thought of those two. If you're still watching on YouTube, Facebook and Twitter, stay with us, because I will be getting live reaction. But I think those two did pretty well. And now I'm on the camera on my own. It's quite intimidating being next to those lads. They're very, very good-looking boys. But I'm going to head down at pitch side. We're going to be hearing from our Greene King fan of the match as well, Simon. I'm not sure when he's going to join us. So, Simon, when you can hear me, when you're getting involved, just let me know. So I am now down pitch side, just soaking it all in, really. It's amazing. If you don't look at the stadium and the empty stands, then it very much does feel like a match day. We've got all the players out there. They all look absolutely exhausted. Well, while we wait for an interview, Simon, are you with us? What do you think of that?
Well, what can I say, Dave? 4 points, very happy. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that result, to be quite honest with you. But over the moon, very pleased, and a little bit of payback for the game in January.
Absolutely, and a perfect start to rugby restarting as well. Was there any point during that match where you might have got a bit nervous?
Yeah, most of the second half.
Oh, very good. Well, I'm going to be hopefully hearing from some players and coaches shortly. Have you got any questions you'd like me to ask them on your behalf?
How are they going to cope with the short turnarounds? I'm really interested in what they're going to do for squad rotation. I know Gussie wants to win every game, but we can't play the guys the same team every 9 games.
Well, Si,
it's
been great to hear from you. Thank you for being our fan of the match. But now it is time to hear from a winner. Rugby's restarted. We're back underway. That must feel pretty incredible.
It was brilliant, yeah. First hit out to get a win's good. Obviously, we've had a long layoff, so to come back with a win's brilliant for the squad. Now hopefully we can build on that next week.
And on a personal level?
Yeah. Man, can't wait. So happy. Good that you've got the 80 in the bag, but that's home, and I'm back home, so I'm very happy.
Well, you say you've got the 80 in the bag. You're still looking pretty fresh. Don't look too fresh, or they'll have you going, I don't know, doing some sprints or something. It seemed like a massive team effort this evening. Everyone knows about Sale Sharks. We know what they bring, but you really fronted up today. But this back three with you guys, it's super exciting. What does it feel like to be a part of that unit and to the potential that you've got, really? What do you think you can inflict on this league?
I think it speaks for itself. You've got Brownie, he's the most capped fullback ever for England, and then Ashy's one of the most prolific try scorers in Prem history. So, we've got 2 brilliant guys alongside myself, and I'm just trying to learn from them, get better, and then hopefully we can just take the lead by storm and just keep doing what we're doing, keep scoring tries.
Well, we hope so. I mean, this is Harlequins Live. We've got the fans watching at home. We can't wait to bring them back to the stoop. Have you got a message for the fans watching?
No, just stay patient. I know the guys are doing everything they can to get fans back. Can't wait to have you when you are.
Well, come on the Quint. Well played today.
Cheers.
And good luck against Sarries next time out. We will leave you. I say get it. What happens now? Do you get a shower and go, or is it straight in the car?
We're allowed to shower. So
right,
at least we can
enjoy that
ourselves.
and enjoy the victory.
Thank you.
You are heading out. Is Joe Marchant coming in? Bring him in. Welcome back. Huge win. Congratulations. In your words, how was it?
Oh, it was tough. They came hard. We knew they would, but yeah, it was good to get out there. It was good to get a first little hit out and a good win at Stoop. It's just shame obviously the fans can't be here, but like, yeah, it was amazing day.
A lot of media attention around you and Manu today. That 13 spot. Obviously, you've got ambitions to wear that jersey for England as well. What were your thoughts on sort of your performance against him and how he played it, and just the general build-up around it all, really?
Yeah, just obviously, coming up against such a world-class player, you've got to really keep your mind on yourself and keep doing your own thing. And yeah, so you just don't just want to keep him out of the game as much as possible, try and take his space away. And it was a tough one. He runs so hard, and you just got to keep getting him down. So yeah, it was good though. All the boys bought in as well, and we got some gains from it.
How is it with no fans?
Oh, it was strange. It was it felt a bit weird warming up and stuff with no crowd, but yeah, we're just looking forward to hopefully if we can get a crowd soon, because obviously we get such a buzz off it, especially off the Quins fans. So hopefully soon.
Great performance today. Congratulations. Good luck against Sarries.
Thanks very much. Cheers. Thank you.
Very good. Well, who else are we going to hear from? We've got now one of the men at the coalface. How was it? That looked like an incredibly difficult match today. We know what Sale Sharks are all about. We know that they're going to come here and they're going to give you a tough game. However, up front, I thought you lads were absolutely phenomenal this evening. Did it feel that way?
Yeah, like last time we went up to Sale and we lost the physicality battle, and that's why we had a big focus on that. And it felt really good to put all our work, into getting the result. And we know that they're a big pack and they were going to come for us up front. So as forwards, for us to front up like that and get the result is massive.
Scrum looked great.
No, it felt really good. Even though it's been 5 months out, I think my back will be sore tomorrow, but it felt really good.
Talk about 5 months then. It is a long time out of the game. Did you miss rugby at all?
Yes, I did. Initially, I was like, maybe it's a nice break and just a bit of time off, let the body recover. But I think 2 weeks in, I'm already you miss it already. You miss the boys, you miss training, and it's good to get that love back. Sometimes you need a little bit of time away and to get the love back. And like you saw tonight, the boys are just raring to go, and I think everyone has kept in impeccable shape throughout this 5 months off.
What it really looked like as well from the stands is that you were all out there playing for each other tonight.
100%, that's what it's about. We looked at ourselves. I think in this 5 months we also had a good look at ourselves, got together on a couple of Zoom calls, and you said where we want to go as a club and what our identity is going to be going forward. And it's just about being consistent. I've always said when we're consistent, we're dangerous. We do the basics right to get everything that we practice right, and we get the result.
And how does a win like that this evening affect your ambitions for the rest of the season going forward?
It's a massive plus for us. Getting a win. First game back, it's a bit strange. There's no spectators. I say it's a bit like playing Super Rugby back in South Africa. So anyone wondering what that's like, it's like this. But no, it's very good for us. We just got to now take that, bank it, and keep the momentum.
And we've got the fans watching. This is Harlequins Live. We're going to be broadcasting all of the home games for the rest of the season. Have you got a quick message for them?
No, just we miss you guys here in the stadium, but we know that you are cheering for us at home, and we really appreciate the love.
Well played tonight. Rest up. You've got a big one against Saracens in a couple of days' time. Cheers. Now then, are we going to hear from anybody else? That's the question. Everyone's pretty much darted into the changing room. So, right then, Si, are you still with me? Super fan? Our Greene King Superfan. If you'd like to be the Greene King Superfan, then you too can apply to do that. We're going to be having one at every home fixture. If you're still with us, Si, make yourself known.
Yep, still here.
If not, that is the... is he still here?
Yeah,
he is. Can you hear me, Si? Oh, good man. What did you think of what we heard? What did you think of what we heard from the players then, Si?
I think it's really good. I mean, look, we're all buzzing. We got 4 points in the bag. I don't think a lot of us expected to get the win tonight. Looking at the Safa Sharks side, it's been a good night.
Well, I tell you what, I thought we were done for interviews, but Si, I'm going to leave you to it. Thank you very much for joining us again.
Gussie's more important.
But Gussie, the superfans just said Gussie's more important, so there it is. You've got to be happy with that. 16-10, forward pack were unbelievable, and you're back off the mark with a win.
Yeah, look, we said before the game, didn't we? You know, I've always had belief in the squad, belief in the coaching group, belief in what we're trying to achieve here. And in the first half of the season, we're hampered so massively by injuries, and it's really hard for people on the outside to kind of really judge what the impact of injuries can be. It's not just what happens on the field on a Saturday. It's what you can prepare, what you can train. People are playing with some really, you know, banged up bodies week after week. And today we were allowed to pick a pretty fit squad. We had a good impact from our game changers as well. And there's another 10 or so guys that didn't make the squad today that are chomping a bit to get an opportunity.
What impressed you in particular?
I think mostly, you know, we were largely disciplined in terms of how we wanted to play the game today. I think you've seen the first couple of rounds of Super Rugby. There's a lot of mistakes, a lot of turnovers. You saw a breakdown, Tom Curry getting a penalty almost instantly. Chris Robshaw followed up with a great turnover. So we kind of knew that in this kind of 30-40, we had to try and assess where the referee's going to be, make some good decisions. And I thought our game control from Marcus and Martin was outstanding. Our defensive resolve was outstanding. And, you know, I suppose the forward play in terms of the maul, in terms of our scrum was also excellent. So look, all in all, a pretty decent performance. We had 2 or 3 line breaks in the first half we could have scored. We had Brownie's catch where he almost did everything but not to score. And, you know, get 1 or 2 of those over the line, then we're in a different space.
Watch the replay on that. I think he side-eyed the referee because he thinks they're going back for the advantage. But I'm sure he'll get plenty of stick for that.
Ashley said he had to pass it to him. But I thought Brownie could have just gone straight to the right. But he said, look, who might tell Mike Brown how to play rugby, eh?
Exactly. I asked a couple of the players this, but after a win like that against a team like Sale, does that affect your ambitions for this season moving forward?
No, look, I mean, our ambition hasn't changed. This league changes so fast. Yeah. You know, 1 win, 1 loss, you move up and down the log. You know, we're 7 points away from 4th before the game. Prior to our last league fixture, we were like 3 points off. And it's just, it can move so fast, you know. And we found ourselves last season, I think 9 games to go, we were 10 points ahead in 3rd. And we ended up getting caught by Northampton and finishing joint 4th or 5th on points difference. So, you know, we've always believed in ourselves. You know, we now have the opportunity with a fully fit squad, some pretty big people to come and arrive and join the club with Andre and Wilco and Tyrone. And you know, the future is exciting because we're Harlequins, we're passionate about the club, we're really, really grateful for our supporters and all the messages that we've had and backing us and renewing their season tickets and so on. And it's just a great club to be part of.
Next up, Saracens, and regardless of their situation in the league, that's still a massive fixture, isn't it?
It's huge. I think they're the most second winningest team in the competition behind Exeter. So, you know, irrespective of what happens, the yardstick over the last 10 years has always been Saracens. They've got, I think, starting tomorrow, five players that start in the World Cup final, and then they still have Owen Farrell and Brad Barrett and Duncan Taylor that aren't in the squads over this weekend. So look, they're a formidable challenge. We know the rivalry is fierce, and we know it'll be another big physical encounter like it was tonight.
Well, thank you very much for your time. Huge congratulations on the win, and good luck against Saris. Cheers.
Thank you, and thank you to all our fans. Keep supporting us, keep believing in us, and we look forward to welcoming you back to the Stoop before too long.
Oh, we absolutely can't wait. Cheers, Gussie. Well, we've talked about it. Saracens is the next fixture, and it is a London derby. It is absolutely massive. So let's take a little bit of a look about what we've got to look forward to when we play Saracens in a week's time.
Elia hoisted to Dombrant at the back, and here goes Kerr, and Dombrant's riding side saddle on his shoulder. Back to Kerr, majestic, brilliant. Harlequins right at the start. 78 seconds, Saracens punctured.
I mean, it might be instinct for the vision, but the pure quality and the execution of the skill is absolutely world class.
On we go. Smith sensing space. Shegan will try to fill it, but look at Elia out there all on his own. Shegan rather ragdolled, and Elia did well to get it away. Chisholm, and then the ball inside to Merley. Merley scores.
And then look at this, when it goes back to Marcus Smith, it's him that sees Elia all on his own outside. Now, does he put a foot in touch? No problem there. Wonderful offload over the top, and it's a great try from Harlequins.
Gallagher, is he clocking up the miles in the absence of the likes of Alex Good, Liam Williams, Elliot Daly. Smith, oh, he's gone again. My goodness, he's gone again. The ringmaster, Lasiki, the bowling ball, back to the ringmaster. A run for the line, and Murley will score. Oh, what are Quins up to at the moment?
There we go. I'm going to go that way. Goes round the corner, pointing his way. The CK, just check on that pass, look flat, no problem to Murley, and he's over.
Quins, the line.
All the way through for Clark. What about the likes of Kapoku and maybe Barrington? Still not quite. Dombrand leading the defensive effort.
10, you're miles off, advantage.
And now Kapoku again. Still can't quite get there. Wigglesworth perhaps now time to engage the backs, and it is, and it's a try for Lazowski. Finally Saracens with a foot on the ladder.
Saracens have got such bulk, so many big players, and eventually it's one of the slightly smaller players. Look, Lazowski, Cock was set up to go short, and Wigglesworth missed them out, and Jackson Ray, and Lazowski's able to roll his way over.
Smith has a look the other way. Penny. Kick that had nowhere near the power on it, but I think Quins have got away with it. Ricocheted back in their direction. Smith again, Ibitoye chasing it. There's some room behind, and needs to come across. Gallagher's there, Ibitoye has it, and he scores. Greasy ball, wet surface, a little bit of Harlequins' fortune, and maybe a fourth and bonus point try.
Yes, definite try.
Yeah, just wants to check the coming together of Ibitoye.
It's a decent challenge. They both slid at it for the right time. He's collected it, put the ball down. That's the fourth and the bonus point.
So an attacking line out for Elia. They go short to Dombrand.
Oh, it's just sprayed out the back. Elia's got it again.
Pops it up, and the try scored by Paul Asike.
Smart play, bit of innovation from Quins, but look at this, pops out the back. Callum Clark's already committed to stopping the drive. All the Saracens players got their heads down, and it's a great try.
Kapoku not far away.
Just wonder if there's some space out here if they decide to ship it. They've got the penalty. Quins' defence looked like it's narrowed a bit.
Don Morris looks interested. Spencer might now use him over the top to Morris, and Morris scores.
Really good build-up work from the forwards, and then another lovely weighted pass from Manu Vunipola. Could have been a number of players that scored there, but a very decent finish.
Landako. Harlequins have brought on another test player, Tavita Thavan-Party, the Fijian. Smith, who's had his own impressive game. Oh, that's given away! And Landako, who's barely had time to say hola, scores a try.
Lovely little kick from Marcus Smith again, just causing that doubt and confusion, and Saracens in their desire just to push the ball a little bit, throwing everything at it.
Once more, Wollstonecroft, but Simmons has been strong defensively. However, at the end of a week that Mark McCall called the toughest of the season so far, this will be tough to swallow. Saracens' biggest Premiership defeat for 4 years, and at the hands of Harlequins, who haven't enjoyed themselves as much so far this season.
Up as rugby restarts. Well, it's restarted, and it's restarted in a fantastic way. We'll be back with Harlequins live on the 30th of this month when Northampton Saints make the journey to the Stoop. But as we can see there, it is Saracens next, Saturday the 22nd of August. It is a 12:30 kickoff, and Quins will be looking to continue this momentum. Fingers crossed for the playoffs. Well, we've got an updated league table as well. Quins have jumped up into 6th place, so they've leapfrogged Bath, who of course play tomorrow. And what are they now? Just 3 points behind Northampton Saints, but of course Saints with a game in hand. It's all to play for. So Quins fans, don't give up belief and do stick with us. Thank you so much for watching this evening. It's been an absolute pleasure. This is Harlequins Live, and we'll be doing it every time Quins are at home from now to the end of the season. They're not here anymore, but thank you to Campo, thank you to Danny Kerr, and thank you for watching as well. We'll see you next time. Goodbye. Oh, well done, everyone.